This is the Say It Can't Gamer, and you are live with the MMA-Holes!
Mixed Martial A-Holes! MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial A-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the Queen Studios of New York, UFC Moicano versus Korean Zombie Fight Week. We got some bare-knuckle fights this weekend as well. Fight Week, Fight Week, Fight Week. Kaleb Harris from Bare-Knuckle is live with the MMA-Holes. Wonderful, wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are you? Yeah, they're supposed to say wonderful, wonderful right now. Jesse, how are you?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
How are you, Moss?
Great. I am so great right now.
Yeah?
I had diarrhea, but other than that, I've been really good. A lot of energy, you know.
What gave you diarrhea?
I don't know. Who knows? The MMA-Holes gave me diarrhea. I have no idea. We are here on a Wednesday night, episode 24 of season number Trace.
Yes.
Over here. We have a special guest tonight. Kaleb Harris will be live with the MMA-Holes. He is fighting in bare-knuckle. He fought before the last one, bare-knuckle number 5. This weekend's number 6.
Yeah.
And he will be discussing fighting without gloves. We need someone on the inside, you know? We have to send someone in on the inside to find out what's going on with this shit.
Okay.
So we'll be talking to him at 10 p.m. Eastern time. So, almost an hour. We'll see Kaleb Harris on the show. We have a lot of things to get to. MMA news. It is fight week. 2 fights, 1 day, Saturday. I should say 1 night.
Saturday.
Bare-knuckle and the UFC is happening. Okay, we're going to be discussing both of those cards. Last night was the Contender series.
Yes.
And, Jesse, a little bit of controversy.
Right.
Last night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, some may say controversy and some may say who gives a fook, right? But I'm going to say it is controversial because Mr. Loughnane, well, he was pretty much the fight of the night, you know? He doesn't get a contract because he did not try to finish his opponent or didn't finish his opponent. But what a war between those two. And one man gets a contract and it is not Loughnane. Now, Jesse, we find out today that Loughnane peed blood.
That's right. Do you want me to tell you the story?
He peed blood.
Yeah.
Now, it can go either way here. You know,
Right.
The Contender series can be a show where you need guys to go in there and knock each other's heads off, submit really quick. Get the job done quick. That first round was fucking fire. It was really good. Actually, the whole damn fight was fire.
Yeah, it was great.
Both guys back and forth. And you would think that the winner of that fight would get a shot in the UFC, but it doesn't happen. And then we find out after he peed blood. So now, Jesse, it's easy to say the night of, well, he didn't finish him. You know, he doesn't need a contract. Only guys that finish or girls that finish their fights deserve a contract. But now that you know this man peed blood, do you feel that Dana made the wrong choice?
I think Dana made the wrong choice before he peed blood.
What? All right, explain.
Like you said, the fight was fire. And when you asked me yesterday who are the two that I think deserve the UFC contract, I said DeCastro and Loughnane. And not because Loughnane didn't get a finish or whatever, but just the fact that the fight that he put on was far better than any of the other fights that we saw that night. And certainly UFC worthy, if you ask me. I mean, that was incredible. The level of power that he and heart that he brought into that fight. I thought he was 100% deserving of a contract, and it shocked me, which it shouldn't have, but it shocked me that the contract ended up going towards Ali's kid. So
that is something interesting, right? Another gentleman that was on the card won
Puna.
the main event of the card. Soriano gets the win. The first round was fire, and then the rest of the fight was a lot of meh. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't as good as the previous one.
Loughnane definitely put on a better fight.
But the first round in this fight was the best round out of the whole night last night.
Mm-hmm.
And Soriano, because he tried to take his opponent's head off, and then the rest of the fight was kind of like, it was a grind fest. I mean, it was on the feet. It went to the grounds. I think the ground game of Soriano is what won him that fight at the end.
Mm.
But, it is kind of coincidental that Ali Abdelaziz was on his side of the arena.
Yes. And
he's his manager. He gets a contract. So I don't see any blood in his pee, and I don't see that. Now, this gentleman over here, well, Loughnane doesn't. Now, by the way, why do they have this reverse over here? Aljao versus Loughnane. It should be the other way around. It's Tapology. Get on your game. Anyway, Loughnane over here is the gentleman who should have got a contract. Now, I want to know in the chat, do you think he deserved that contract? Do you not give a fuck? Contract? Do you give a fuck? Do you not give a fuck? I mean, I want to light Dana White on fire. I want to have a little fun with Dana White here, but I kind of get what he's doing.
I don't. Listen, yesterday when he started tearing the fighters apart about how they handled their fights, and he started off with like patting them on the back, and then he just came in and sideswiped them like that. I thought that was the most entertaining thing to watch. But especially after this incident and knowing that a fighter was more deserving of a UFC contract, I'm a little disappointed. I'm actually pretty disappointed in Dana White, and I think that he should have gone better, but because it's Ali Abdelaziz as the manager, which it'd be hard to argue that that's not the reason why that kid got a contract, it's disappointing. Because Loughnane should have gotten a contract last night.
Last night goes to show you that the Contender Series, if they have a guy that they are really looking at, he is going to get an edge, or she is going to get an edge. And this gentleman, the main event of the card, Soriano, well, he had a little bit of an edge here. He had a little bit of an edge because they looked the other way. He didn't finish the fight, and he still gets a contract. He has Ali Abdelaziz. So you have this poor guy, Loughnane, who kind of got the shaft. But the other side of things is, well, this is a show, right? This is the Contender Series. And if you give fighters the decision win, if they think it's okay to have a decision win, then a lot of fighters are just going to go in there and just try to put on a good show, not finish their opponent, and hopefully we get a contract. Maybe it won't be as entertaining.
No, I get it, but Puna was a decision win. And he was in my opinion, was a worser decision win than Loughnane. I think if he was going to give a contract to a decision win fighter, it should have been Loughnane. Because he put on a hell of a better fight than Puna.
Yeah, that first round, though, I mean, was really good. You gotta admit that first round was complete fire.
Loughnane gave everything he had all 3 rounds. All 3 rounds.
Yeah, well, listen, I understand why Lougnane's upset. I really do understand
I feel
why
you,
he's
Loughnane.
upset. The guy peed blood, for God's sakes. He put it all out there. There's not much more he could have done. He had a very tough opponent in Bill Aljao, and now he goes to 16-3-0 with no contract. I still think he will be in the UFC, but it was a little rough to watch, him not get a contract and they give it to the other gentleman.
Super chat.
Thomas Matthew coming in with the super chat.
Are we watching BK this weekend?
We sure are. Bare-Knuckle FC.
Wonderful.
How many people in the chat have
You
seen?
guys, stop making fun of my vocabulary, all right? I can say whatever I want. I make whatever I want a word.
I make a whatever I want a word. There you go. Tell him, Jesse. Yes, we will be live for Bare-Knuckle FC. I want to know in the chat how many people have witnessed a bare-knuckle event. How many people have watched it on TV, been in the building? How many people have consumed it with their eyeballs? Let me know in the chat. We love it, right?
It's fantastic. I can't get enough of it. And I've only watched it. It's like what? It's one of those things that like a train wreck that you can't look away.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fantastical event. And this is the 6th one this Saturday. We will be watching the UFC, and we'll roll right into bare-knuckle.
Yeah.
Artem Lobov, Paulie Malignaggi, complete circus. We're in. By the way, if you're just jumping in right now, Kaleb Harris will be live with us at 10 p.m. Eastern time. So strap on, strap in. He is a bare-knuckle fighter, and we'll talk some more about that event. Let me know in the chat what you thought of the Contender Series last night.
Roberto says, nah. CJ says it's awesome for sure. And dropping the ones. Patty Brady says, there's gypsies live live next door to me. Trevor Poole says, hey, Jessica, the Ian Love experience is retards beating up retards. Daniel Higgs says, love Bare-Knuckle right up my street.
We got a cumin.
BKFC all the way. Long live the GOAT.
The GOAT, Artem Lobov, will be fighting tomorrow.
Artem Lobov will be fighting tomorrow. Bare-Knuckle FC. We will be reacting to it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Take your cocks out.
Wonderful.
That should be the promo, right? Take your cocks out
Yeah.
for Bare-Knuckle FC. That's on Fight TV. And we have a link in the description where you can get like $10 off or some shit like that. I don't know. Just check it out. Link in the description for Fight TV. And every time you click on that link, or just all you have to do is sign up, and we get $10 back too, which is nice. So thank you. That helps us as well. But yeah, Bare-Knuckle FC is on Fight TV this Saturday, and I'm looking forward to this, Jess. I really am.
Me too, Moss.
I think it's going to be fun. All the trash talking between Artem and Paulie, they come to a head, and it's about to go down. You also have a good co-main event, the Chris Lieben versus...
It's great.
what the fuck's his name? The guy from Smellator.
Bellator Schmellator.
The hell is his name? He's not on here. Why is he not on there?
Cochrane?
Wait, did he fall off the card? What? Hold on a second. No, Brendan Ward. Yeah, he's there. Okay, that's weird. Why don't they have
That's
Brendan?
not what it says on the poster.
Why is he not on the Bare-Knuckle poster?
Poster says he's fighting Dakota Cochrane.
What the fuck? He's fighting a cock ring?
Cochrane.
Wait, what happened to Brendan Ward? Hold on a second.
Him.
Brendan Ward is not on there, or what's up? What's the dealio? Oh, that sucks. I really wanted to see that fight.
Ward's out, Johnny Cobra says. Ward is out.
What the fuck?
Now it's Chris Lieben versus Cockring.
The cock ring versus Lieben. All right. Damn, man. Damn. All right, well, anyway, Lieben, he was enjoyable to watch the last fight, so. And he's been around for a hot minute. So it seems like a lot of MMA fighters going over to Bare-Knuckle. Journeymen, some youngsters. Kaleb Harris is a youngster. And we'll be talking to him in a second.
Cockring is a youngster.
Let's get back into that chat. What's going on here, chat room? How you doing? You wonderful?
Wonderful.
Internal says Lieben is a brawler. 2 joints at Brendan's in the psych ward. Jessica G says Cockring. Uncle Creepy says Ward was too hard on the beaver.
You know what? Can you look up Brendan Ward? I want to see what his deal is. Just look him up real quick.
No.
Yeah, please. Please do so. I want to find out what the fuck happened to the guy. Did he get hurt? Man, Brendan Ward in the UFC, in the Bellator, he's like, I don't want to go to the ground anymore. This is perfect for me. And he's such a slugger. I was really looking forward to him fighting in this.
Dakota Cockring in, Brendan Ward out.
All right, let's get to that story then. Let's. I don't know when the hell this was announced.
Just as soon as Brendan Ward returned to the combat sports world, he's back out. Ward, who retired from MMA last year, recently signed to fight Chris Lieben next week at Bare-Knuckle FC 6 in Tampa, Florida. But the promotion announced Wednesday that Ward has withdrawn from the June 22nd fight due to unspecified reasons. So Lieben will instead square off with Dakota Cockring. Cockring is 32-13, is best remembered for a brief cameo on The Ultimate Fighter 15 where he lost a first-round fight to James Vick via split decision. Cockring later had a run in Bellator. This marks Cockring's second time replacing Ward in a bare-knuckle fight. He subbed for Ward at the ill-fated World Bare-Knuckle Fighting Federation card in November and knocked out Johnny Hendricks in the second round. Ward, for his part, is 2-0 in bare-knuckle competition. He defeated Phil Baroni via TKO on the same BKFF show as Ward, then jumped over to BKFC and steamrolled Justin Bieber in 25 seconds at BKFC 5.
Wow. Okay. There you go. Sounds like something fishy going on here with Mr. Ward. Something
unspecified. He probably got hurt.
I smell something, Jesse.
What?
I smell fish. Something's fishy right now. Close your legs.
Dang, I got it before you. That was funny.
All right, let's get back to the main story over here. And like I said before, we will be having Kaleb Harris live on this dysfunctional show at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 45 minutes. Jesse, let's get into the news. The MMA-Holes.com. If you haven't jumped over there, you're a... I kid. Listen, by the way, we have a package, and I don't know if it's a submission for the wall or the giveaway. timeless CBD giveaway,
Yeah.
but it's in the car, so you'll see it Friday.
I left it in the car, guys. I'm sorry.
Friday. You'll see it Friday. And thank you, whoever sent that. All right, we're going to go over to the show.
Okay.
All right, and here we are. Look, we're live, Jess. Check this out on the website. We're live.
We are live.
All right, here we go. Let's get to Loughnane.
According to MMA Junkie, Brendan Loughnane peed blood after Dana White's Contender Series win and denied a UFC contract because of a takedown.
It's so ridiculous.
UFC President Dana White never has been shy about letting everyone know exactly how he feels. Tuesday evening was no different. White addressed reporters after the conclusion of the season premiere of Dana White's Contender Series, announcing 2 fighters had earned contract offers. Stealing the show, however, were White's comments on Brendan Loughnane, a fighter he elected not to sign. White took exception with the decision-making of Loughnane, who's 17-3, who won a 3-round striking battle with fellow top prospect Bill Algeo earlier that evening. He said, quote, unlike any other show you would fight on or whatever, I'm looking for killers, man. If you get in here and you make it to the show, you want to make it to the UFC. Show me. Don't double leg with 10 seconds left in the fight. Show me you want to be here. Show me you want to win. Show me you have that killer instinct. Because you can fight 1,000 of those fights anywhere else or even in our show, but not tonight. White deemed the bout between Loughnane and Algeo a great fight, but was irked by the aforementioned takedown Loughnane shot in the final seconds. Was White's decision solely based on one takedown? He said, quote, 100%. They literally showed it on TV tonight. When he double-legged, I threw my pen and went, you've got to be fucking, or shitting me. Did he just double leg him with less than 10 seconds left in the fight? That kid is absolutely going to be in the UFC someday. He's got the record. He's got the skill. He's got the great story. I think he's hilarious. Just not tonight, man. Not tonight. Late Tuesday evening, Loughnane issued a statement via an Instagram story. The 30-year-old Brit showed off his freshly acquired facial swelling and a toilet filled with bloody urine, all while sending a message to those who questioned his heart with, quote, we got the win. Look at the state of my face, and one more thing I want to show everyone who says I don't leave it all in there. That's me pissing raw blood. You want to say I don't leave it all in there? Fuck you.
All right. Well, good for Loughnane getting a couple of licks in, for what happened over there. I mean, he did deserve a shot, but I get what Dana's being the bad guy. Once again, he's being the bad guy here. He wants knockout excitement.
He wants
submissions.
killers.
He wants killers. I thought Brendan Loughnane had what it took, but apparently not. We have a long season of the Contender Series. It should be called the Contender Series, and then, in quotations maybe on the side, it should say, you must finish them, or you must have Ali Abdelaziz.
Abdelaziz.
Wonderful.
You must have
Abdelaziz.
Ali Abdelaziz in your corner, or on the side rooting you on. That's the only way you're going to get a contract. So now we have our boy Justin Sumter. Justin,
Yeah.
you got to get a finish. It looks like that's what you got to get into the UFC. We have William Knight, who he's
right.
capable of finishing, and William Knight, you have to get a finish. Next week, Richie Santiago.
Yes.
You must get a finish. He could strangle people, so maybe he'll get a submission. I don't know. But that's the only way you're getting in. That's it.
It's true.
Let's see what the chat says. You think he was treated unfairly? MMA-Holes. Let us know in the chat.
Buzz Coker says raw blood as opposed to what? Refrozen blood?
Oh.
Wonderful.
Sean Hart says he just poured red wine in his Brasco and called it Claret Gold. Alex Jones says, honestly, I think Connor has better wrestling and cardio than Khabib.
Oh, 100%.
Are you crazy?
Connor agrees.
Let's see. Paraman Boy says, boss, I know you're right. Cree says, Alex Jones, you're crazy, man. Infinite Conscious says, never order the BLT. It's bacon, lamb, and tuna fish.
Oh, yes.
Flat Earth Deacon says, if Ali managed the holes, would have 50 likes. Michael Inslone says, yes, Pulse resurrected. If Kaleb doesn't show, take my call. Johnny Cobra says, Dana knows what he's doing.
By the way, maybe we should take, Pulse's call, because we have something breaking.
Oh, yeah, we have a question for you, Pulse.
On the MMAHoles.com. I couldn't believe this, but it looks like someone found a picture of Pulse on the website. Now, we need to know. I mean, we might have to have him call in, find out, is this indeed Pulse Reloaded? Take your votes in the chat or just drop it on the MMAHoles.com. According to Complex Dianetics, who we have no idea who that is, but they've clearly been around for a while, and they're interesting. Yeah, this is the picture that they posted. I don't think it's him, Jess. I don't know.
I wonder.
I don't think it's him. All right, but let me know in the chat what you guys think. All right, let's move on to another story over here. We're going to get to some more news stories, and then we'll have Kaleb Harris joining us in a sec. But let's get back into the news. JBH.
Let's get back into the news.
Yeah, what else we got?
According to MMAnews.com, Artem Lobov says Paulie Malignaggi has no clue what he's in for. Throughout his rise to fan favorite status in the UFC, Artem Lobov always took on big challenges, win or lose. You need only watch his bout with perennial contender Cub Swanson as proof. It's a mindset he holds dear and one he affirmed during a recent interview with the Mac Life's John Balfe. A personal rivalry for Lobov, he's since moved on to compete in bare-knuckle boxing. Lobov will meet bitter rival Paulie Malignaggi in the main event of this weekend's bare-knuckle fighting championship. 6 from Tampa Bay.
Bitter rival. I like that.
Malignaggi recently thanked MMA fans for being so stupid that the fight is actually happening. The former 2-division boxing champion thinks Lobov will be an easy rollover in bare-knuckle boxing. Lobov has a similar mindset heading into this weekend as he claims Malignaggi is not a real challenge. In fact, he insists the trash-talking boxer has no idea what's in store for him. The Russian Hammer believes he's prepared for a normal boxing fight, which is clearly not. He said, quote, fighting Paulie Malignaggi in bare-knuckle is not a challenge for me. He hasn't got a clue what he's in for here. He's just preparing for a boxing 12-round fight. It's not that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Paulie Malignaggi versus Artem Lobov is going to go down this Saturday. We'll be reacting to it live. It'll be wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Let me know in the chat, who do you have in the fight? Jesse, now that we are in fight week for it, who do you lean towards?
Well, I mean, as it's been mentioned, even in this article, I mean, Lobov, he does have that perceived edge of having fought in bare knuckle once before. You know, he knows what to expect. He knows what that feeling is. So, of course, why would you not go with the GOAT, Goatbov?
Wow. So Jesse going with the Goatbov. I'm undecided right now. I met both gentlemen, both very nice guys, you know. Don't take what you see, you know, on TV or on YouTube seriously, because they're both gentlemen in real life. They're really good guys. But when it comes to trash talking, they've been fighting dirty, Jesse. Well, actually, Paulie Malignaggi's been fighting spitting on him and just slapping him in the face. I think Paulie's gone a little bit too far with this thing. But he is selling a fight, right? And I'm interested, and maybe Paulie did enough. I mean, I would have watched either way. Like, let's be serious, right? I mean, do we really need the slap and the spit to watch this? We were going to watch this regardless. But maybe they'll get some extra views because of the tomfoolery that happened. But let me know in the chat, who do you think is going to win the bare knucklage, Artem or Paulie?
And H says, I got the GOAT, Lord Artem, of course. Cree says, Paulie is a punk. He will get fooked up bad. Shit, Moss, he is a fake motherfucker. Henry Sosa says, oh, Spitter Asaurus.
Oh!
Wonderful.
Sean Hart says, Mike smack to Moss. Don't forget the Mike smack.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The pop. That was
great.
Yeah, that did happen.
That was fantastic.
Don't
be scared, homie.
Hold on, let's pretend this is the mic.
All right.
Okay, ready?
No, I'm good.
Wait. There you go. All right, there. That's us reenacting what happened over there. You were supposed to be Artem Lobov, though.
No.
So you gotta look like you're
no, I'm good.
You're confused. Ready?
Wait.
All right. There we go. That's my Paulie Malignaggi. All right, back to the chat.
Greg Blaze says, Kevin from Chicago, Jessica Mooch was talking shit about you on Discord and said you got a little dick and how you stack boxes at Home Depot to compensate for your lack of normal sized penis.
Boom roasted.
Johnny Coper says Artem has a good chin on him. CJ says I spit on all my women. It's horrible. Okay. Jared Smallbones says Whitaker versus Adesanya confirmed October 5th, Marvel Stadium, Melbourne Stadium. Trent Jacobson, motherfucker.
Is it confirmed?
Well,
Whitaker, you have the story?
Yeah, shh.
Go right into that shit. I want to talk.
We're talking about bare knuckle right now.
Well,
calm down. We got 2 hours, guys. I've got plenty of juicy news for you tonight.
So is that happening?
Shh.
All right, put it on. Put it in
fuck's sake.
In the news. I want to talk about it.
All right, let me find it.
We'll get back to bare knuckle, and I know we got a shitload of stories, but I want to hear about that.
You guys just ruin everything. You just spoil everything.
I see Ponzinibbio has a hospital video.
Stop it.
Is that? Can we make fun of that?
No.
Okay.
You guys go and ruin everything.
All right.
Where the fuck
Oh,
is this
wow.
thing?
How far into the news is it?
Where is this?
I'm pretty far into the news. I don't see it.
Hold on, I'm looking for it.
By the way, we have a brand new donation, Donald Trump donation, link in the description. Let's see if you drop that shite tonight. I'm dying to hear that. He set his hair on fire. I don't see it in the news yet.
Where
here
is it?
It's on the second page.
Oh, it's on the second page.
Super chat.
Thomas Matthew with the super chat.
Paulie is only doing this for a Conor fight.
Now, I mean, you got to think that's what he wants. That's the end game, right? Paulie versus Conor, to get his revenge, get his big payday. He's getting paid a decent amount for this, but Conor would be insane. So you got to think that is the goal here. You smack up Artem, and Conor is right behind. If you beat Artem over here and you make him look stupid, Conor is right there waiting for it. What do you think?
Stop talking about things we haven't talked about yet.
Jesse, we got to move fast. We have a guest tonight. We got fast stuff over here. Get to the Whitaker, and then we'll talk about that. Well, it's a donation. I have to address it. What am I supposed to say?
You guys are fucking killing me tonight.
Maybe we'll
man.
talk about it. We can talk about whatever the fuck we want.
Killing me, man.
All right. Do the Whitaker thing, and we'll talk about possibly Conor versus Paulie Malignaggi.
All right.
Wonderful.
According to MMA Junkie, Dana White says a massive event with Robert Whitaker versus Israel Adesanya will blow the doors off Australia. When speaking to the media Tuesday at the brand new UFC Apex facility in Las Vegas, UFC boss Dana White hinted at the expected title unification bout between middleweight champ Robert Whitaker and interim middleweight title holder Israel Adesanya, and confirmed that the two will fight down under. UFC 243 is set for October 5th, and the card rumored to be heading to Sydney, and it seems that the much-anticipated fight between Whitaker and Adesanya will headline the show. White told reporters, including MMA Junkie, quote, "I'm going to put on a fight this fall in Australia that's going to blow the fucking doors off of that country.
It's about time.
It's going to be a massive event over there." White mentioned the matchup while touring the UFC's new production facility, and he used the international bout as an example of the glowing global appeal of the sport.
Australia has been dealt a shit hand with a lot of their cards, so it's about time they get something good. And I do want to see this fight. And Jesse, I have some sad news for you.
No!
Breaking news.
What is it?
Adesanya will die
Don't say that.
in Australia because Whitaker's going to fuck him up.
No, he's
he
not.
is going to fuck
No,
him
he's
up.
not.
Expose.
Stop it.
Adesanya is about to catch the biggest beating of his life.
Super chat.
A cumin.
cumin.
Conor v. Floyd 2 at the hashtag Apex.
Oh, how about that, Jesse? Let's talk about this. The Apex, the flashy new Apex.
Yes.
1,500 people, not many people, but it looks pretty, right?
Yes.
Exclusive, right?
Conor or Maymac rematch.
Tuxedos, like the top notch, like the upper echelon of autism. Actors, movie stars, TV stars, everyone's there. Conor versus Floyd. They fight in tuxedos in the Apex building. What do you think? White Coon Mike Perry.
Ali sucks off Dana White 3 times a day. The Brit can't take a ninja down with 10 seconds left, but Soriano can wrestle fuck for 2 rounds. Decision W and Ali, Soriano sign. Another Ali Coon in the if hashtag double legs are no to crime hashtag ask Habib.
That's a good point.
So-
Ask Habib.
So, yeah, I mean, all Ali's guys get a golden ticket, right, to the UFC and to a championship belt. And we saw it last night, too. Either he's a fantastic manager or he's a terrorist, and he threatens the UFC is threatened by him. Why? I'm doing it again, Jesse. Threatened by.
Yeah, what's going on,
I don't know.
man?
It's 2 days in a row. I can't fucking talk. I don't know.
You okay?
It might be that tumor that I have. It might be getting bigger
That's
in my
not
head
funny.
and
Why do you
pushing
say
my
shit
brain
like that?
aside. I have no idea. Anyway, we have some things to take care of right now
We
because
do?
we have 51 in the box. Let's beat the shit out of our ceiling. You ready? Let's go!
I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. The dislikes can choke on a dick.
All right. I don't know. She's making up the new moves. Look at everyone's beating the shit.
Oh, fuck.
Beating the shit out of their ceilings, and thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Piss off those people. Only 4 people are sucking. Wow, only 4 people are sucking on dicks. Not many dick suckers tonight, but that's okay. Thank you to the 50 Trey. You're wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right. Now,
I'm just kidding.
the hell was that? In 29 minutes, we'll be calling Kaleb Harris from Bare-Knuckle FC. He'll be discussing the fighting without gloves. That should be an interesting conversation. He fought in the last card. He has an upcoming fight, and we'll discuss. And let's get back into the news. We have a lot of stories tonight on a 2-hour spectacular.
All right, according to MMAfighting.com, BKFC president says Conor McGregor is welcome at Malignaggi versus Lobov. Extra security in place.
Wait.
What?
Conor McGregor is welcome. Is he going to go, Jesse? Is he going to be there?
Well,
does this article tell us, or is it like...
That's something that we get to talk about.
This is a cock tease of an article. All right, let us know.
The bad blood between retired boxer Paulie Malignaggi and former UFC fighter Artem Lobov will finally boil over this weekend at BKFC 6 from Florida. The long-simmering feud originated with Malignaggi and Lobov's close friend and teammate, Conor McGregor, after they were sparring partners for a brief period of time in the lead-up to the Irishman's fight against Floyd Mayweather in 2017. A lone sparring session where McGregor reportedly got the better of Malignaggi has led to one of combat sport's most heated rivalries. Now it will result in Malignaggi facing McGregor's proxy in Lobov in a bare-knuckle brawl this weekend on pay-per-view. While Lobov will be the one swinging punches in the ring, Malignaggi has made it clear that his ire starts with McGregor, but it's not likely he'll ever get a chance to face him unless the former 2-division UFC champ opts out of mixed martial arts and decides to try his hand at boxing again. As much as the attention has shifted towards Malignaggi facing Lobov this weekend, the one question remaining ahead of the fight is whether or not McGregor will be in attendance to support his friend and teammate. BKFC president David Feldman told MMA Fighting when asked about McGregor's attendance at the event, quote, "They won't give confirmation yet, but if I'm a betting man, I'm betting he's coming. They're not going to give confirmation, and if they are, they're not going to tell us, so we put it out there, hey, Conor McGregor's coming to the fight, and then he's mobbed. So it's not going to happen like that, but from the conversations I'm having, if I was going to bet on it, he'll be there, but who knows?"
What? Come on. What is this guy doing here? Like, can you read that last part again? Did he not just completely contradict himself? Like, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to make people watch. You're trying to put people in the seats. I get it. I totally get it. But come on. This guy's got to pull it together a little bit. What's his name, Feldman? Mm-hmm. First, he's chewing out his fighters.
David Feldman.
Listen, Mr. Feldman, you're probably a fantastic guy. We don't know who you are. But we've seen you at these events. We've seen you call out fighters for not fighting hard enough, and you want to see carnage in that ring, and I commend you for that. But the way he handles things here, he reminds me of a mafia guy, right? Like a Eugene, right? Mm-hmm. That he's just basically like a tough guy that just throws out weird shit. And I don't know what I'm listening to while you're reading this. I don't know what I'm watching when I see him. The press conference was complete autism, but I feel he's got a good thing. I'd never seen something so dysfunctional, and this is dysfunctional right there.
Yet so amazing.
Yet so fantastic. Is it like the Jersey Shore? Is that what we're consuming here? When the Jersey Shore came out, whether you hated that shit or loved that shit, you still watch that shit, right? Is bare-knuckle the Jersey Shore? And then when you polish that turd, when the polish falls off of that turd, no one's gonna watch anymore. Is that what we're
I think it's gonna be a lot like the UFC when it comes to its growth. I think it's definitely gonna pick up more and more, and people are gonna be, it's gonna be a high draw. But I just feel that maybe David Feldman is still a little bit anxious about how he handles the promotion. He wants to be that big promotion guy, the president, the face of the promotion, but at the same time, I think he doesn't really know how to go about it the right way. So when he gets anxious and then he contradicts himself, and
maybe he just has a lot to learn, and he's still learning as he goes along with this.
Yeah.
He has a good idea, and the last event was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
But then he came into the ring and says, "If you don't show up and fight, I'm taking money away out of your purse," and this and that. It's like, whoa, Mr. Feldman, what are you doing? He went all Corey Feldman that night, but he took that back, and well, I guess he's a promoter, right? And he's got to be cringy in some sort of way.
Yeah.
Right? I guess. Or is he the president?
He's a president.
Or president promoter?
Yeah,
I don't know what he is.
Like both.
All right, he does it all. I guess he's like Dana White.
Not really.
No?
He hasn't quite hit that level yet, but he's working on it.
Well, do you think Conor McGregor is going to be in the building for Bare-Knuckle? Now, if he is there, I mean, talk about stepping in shit for Bare-Knuckle.
I think it would make sense because he's got Artem, who's that's his homeboy right there. And then you got Paulie, who, of course, everybody knows about that rival, and Paulie has not let that go. And Conor is constantly trying to get under his skin about it. So, I mean, that would make sense to me.
Here's the thing. When was the last time Conor was in Artem's corner? The Ultimate Fighter? And he wasn't even in his corner then. He was still in the seats. I mean, he was cheering like crazy. But if I'm not mistaken, the last time Conor was in Artem's corner was the Ultimate Fighter, and he wasn't even in his corner then. So for him to even show up at this event, I mean, I'd be shocked.
Kree says he will be there. He will protect the GOAT.
Maybe he will.
If Artem gets hurt, he's going to jump in.
All I'm going to say is this. Lock up all the hand trucks. Make sure no hand trucks are available. And I think everyone will be fine. Just in case Conor does show up, let me know in the chat. Will McNuggets show up to Bare-Knuckle FC this weekend?
Stephen Crumley says Artem will destroy Paulie. This isn't regular boxing, and Artem already has experience in his Bare-Knuckle rule set. Sean Hart says it is primed for a shit storm, but Conor has charges to be careful. Pulse Resurrected says Conor won't even answer Conor's calls anymore. CJ says Conor will show up all coked out, hauling two bottles of Proper 12. Jumanji Warlord says Conor will be at some boardroom meeting. Seal is selling booze. Uncle Creepy, Fook, no, he won't be there. Internal with the sad face. Roberto says unless he gets paid. Jessica G, LOL, Mark Rowe, Infinite Conscious, 9/11 was an inside job. Greg Lilu says he won't be there. He wasn't there for his last UFC fights, so why would he? Flatter Thinking says Eddie did expose Cloda. Johnny Cobra says Conor McGregor will be there to spit on Paulie.
You know, I tell you what, it wouldn't surprise me. Like I don't think he's going to be there. If you would say, Chris, is Conor going to be at Bare-Knuckle? I would say no. But it wouldn't surprise me if he was, because this does open up a lot of other doors.
It's great publicity for all three of them.
It's a complete shit show, right? If he goes there and there's some like theatrical confrontation where nothing gets thrown, you know, like if this is more orchestrated and he shows up and this is calculated, it can open up so many doors for a big payday. He never even has to step back foot into the UFC. Right now, it's clouded, right? We don't know if he's coming back into the UFC. We don't know what's going on with that. You know, he did lose his last fight, but the one before that was boxing. It's all about money to him. He won his 2 belts. He doesn't have to do anything for himself.
Yeah.
I think he just wants to get paid. He wants big paydays. Now, some people say he does have that itch. He wants to compete inside the cage. But I don't know. At this point, he did what he said he was going to do. He won 1 belt. He won 2 belts. And he says he was going to say thanks for the cheese and leave, right? That was the plan. So if he does show up at something like this, I wouldn't be shocked. And honestly, it's a good business move.
I'm not surprised, motherfucker.
And it wouldn't even have to be a fight in Bare-Knuckle. You know what I'm saying? Like, there can be a boxing fight down the road that would be just ridiculous. I mean, it would be a complete circus with Paulie and Conor. Gets a paycheck, calls it a day. It's not a dumb business move. Yeah. But his legacy, I feel, does severely get tarnished. You know? Everything that he did do up to the double champ thing, you kind of forget about because of all the circuses that happened afterwards. Yeah. So is it about legacy or is it about money? I think we're going to find out this Saturday.
I think it's always going to be about money with Conor.
All right. Let's get a couple of comments from the chat room. Remember, Kaleb Harris will be with us in 20 minutes talking about Bare-Knuckle FC, and we have a lot of news to get to as well.
Greg on Blaze says 6 million Jews is unrealistic. Niall Flanagan, he owes Paulie jack shit. By showing up, he is promoting Paulie. Fuck no. Uncle Creepy says he only does paid appearances. Greg on Blaze with the crossed arms. He was smashed, says Internal. Big Nick Digger says MMA-Holes. Don't be scared, homie. Video leaked of Nick Diaz getting knocked out on sparring.
Yeah, what is this? I saw a couple of people write this. I'm going to look this up. We'll keep reading in the chat, but let me see. Nick Diaz? Yeah, a couple of people put it in here. I don't know if it's fake news, but let me look for it.
Johnny Cobra says, Greg on Blaze, it was more like 6,000. My uncle was a guard. Fodder Thinking says BND. Jared Smallbone, he earned a featherweight belt, got gifted the lightweight title shot. NH says that was for you, Greg. Big Nick Digger with the Fed.
Yeah, fake news. If you have anything that you want us to show on the stream, put it on the MMAHoles.com our wall, and then we'll check it out. But you son of a bitch. All right.
Son of a bitch.
Let's move on, Jess. Let's get to some more news. And Kaleb just confirmed, so he should be a go. All right, so now this is an interesting fight here. Some may say another death will happen inside the UFC.
Yeah.
Shevchenko is going to murder a certain Liz Carmouche.
Yes.
But people forget that there is a history between these two.
Oh, yes. According to ESPN.com, less than 2 weeks after a dominant defense of her flyweight championship, Valentina Shevchenko already has agreed to her next bout, sources told ESPN. Shevchenko will seek her second title defense against Liz Carmouche in the main event of UFC Fight Night on August 10th at Antel Arena in Montevideo, Uruguay, sources said. The event will air on ESPN+. One fascinating aspect of the matchup is Carmouche, who's 35 years old, representing one of the only two women to ever beat Shevchenko in MMA. Shevchenko lost twice in current bantamweight champion Amanda Nunes before dropping to 125-pound division. The first bout took place in 2010 at a regional show outside Oklahoma.
Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Just hold your spot over there. Let's see. In the chat, they said Carmouche looks like Faber. Patrick Flug said that. You know, it's not the first time I heard this. I saw people before saying that she looks like Faber, and she does, right? Like in her face. It looks like they stuck Uriah Faber's face inside Carmouche's head, right? What is that? Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, back to the story. I mean, that was worth the interruption, I think, at least. But go ahead. Hold on. That was worth the interruption. Don't me. That was 100%
Trying to find my
worth.
spot.
Oh, you better.
So-
Next time, you gotta go like this. Lick your finger and put it right there. When we stop the show, like, right over here. Put it right over there. All right, find your spot, and we'll just check out Uriah Faber's face for a second here. Okay, I'm gonna look at it.
Shevchenko, who's 31, is coming off a highlight knockout against Jessica Ai earlier this month in Chicago. Carmouche of San Diego was originally scheduled to face Roxanne Modafferi on July 13th. Jennifer Maia will now replace Carmouche and fight Modafferi. Carmouche, who also challenged Ronda Rousey for the Bantamweight Championship in 2013, has won 4 of her past 5 contests.
All right, so Carmouche, who has defeated Shevchenko way back when? What year was that again?
What was that?
Say? What year did she beat Shevchenko? I mean, that was outside of the UFC.
2010,
All right.
I think.
2010. So almost 10 years ago, right?
I think it's 2010.
Carmouche defeats Shevchenko. This is a way different bullet. This is a focus bullet, and this is one that has been murdering women in the cage. Other than Amanda Nunes, she looks unstoppable. Look at what she did to Holly Holm, and I mean, the Jessica Ai fight, she killed her. It was crazy. And now Liz Carmouche. It just kind of sucks, man. I wish there was some more beasts, you know, that can challenge. I kind of want to see Amanda Nunes fight her again. I mean, I know we saw it twice already, and she lost both times. But I kind of want to see it since it's another. I mean, she's just unstoppable right now. I don't know if Carmouche wins this rematch. What do you think, Chess?
No, I think Shevchenko wins easily.
Right. Shevchenko for the win. Do you feel that is the Shevchenko thing kind of like, man, this is getting tough. It doesn't look like there's much competition for the girl. Is it kind of getting like, I don't know, like it's like super top heavy? Let's look at the 125. But as you think about it, I'm gonna pull up the rankings over here.
What do you mean it's top heavy?
I mean, it's kind of boring. Shevchenko is light years.
Carmouche is not a boring fight for Shevchenko.
Well, listen, because they're gonna play the whole thing that she won 10 years ago. You know, that's what they're gonna play.
I don't think that she would be a boring fight for Shevchenko now.
I think this Shevchenko is so much more like polished up right now that it's gonna be. I don't even think it's gonna be close, to be honest. But we want to see something disgusting? Look at this: 2 Henry Cejudos in one ranking list. Soak that in. Did you ever think you'd see the day? You know, like, if someone were to tell me, like, 3 years ago that Henry Cejudo is going to be a double champ, I'd be like, wow. Really? I would never believe it. All right, let's look at Shevchenko over here. 125. All right, so Chikagian can't get it. She lost her last fight, right? Oh, wait, did she beat Joanna? I don't even remember. Calderwood, did she beat her? I can't fucking remember.
Chikagian, wait.
Hold on a second. What the fuck's going on here?
Chikagian won against Calderwood.
Yeah, where's the fight? Show the fight. UFC, show the fight. I can't fucking remember. How dare they? Like, what's up with the UFC website? They don't update it? Someone help me out in the chat. I don't fucking remember. I think she
yes,
did.
she did win against
She did, right?
Hollywood, yes.
I guess they don't want to show it over here. Yeah, she did. She did beat her. So why is she not getting the shot? Doesn't make any sense. Shouldn't she be the girl?
I guess theoretically, yeah, but Chikagian didn't, like, even though she won, I disagreed. Like, I thought that she didn't look real well in her fight, so I think it'd be more interesting to see Liz Carmouche fight Shevchenko.
So Carmouche coming off of Pudilava. Why does Carmouche deserve it?
Well, the rankings are
She fought a bunch of nobodies.
Nobody goes by rankings anymore anyways.
So they're trying to sell this whole, she was beat before, rematch bullshit, but that's kind of horse. That's horse cock, Jesse. It's a bunch of horse cock.
Mm.
Joanna lost to her. I mean, this is terrible. 125. I mean, I know it's it's a fairly new division right now. It's horrific. You gotta wait for Macy Barber. Oh my God, this is a terrible division. I mean, I guess it's got to play out a little bit more. But oof, this is a rough one. We need to pull some fucking Jared Smallbone. What is up with you? We'll crawl up your ass, buddy. You've been like fucking trolling the whole day. What's wrong with you, buddy? You all right? Is everything okay? You seem like you're on your period. You all right? Is everything all right, buddy?
His penis shrunk.
You all right, little guy? Anyway, this is horseshit. I don't like 125. I think they should get rid of it. As quick as they got it there, I think they should get rid of it. What do you think, Jess? Should we dump it? I think they should get rid of it. I don't give a fuck about women's flyweight. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know. I think it's an entertaining
It's a
fight
shitty weight class. It's as shitty as 145.
How is that a shitty weight class?
How is it a shitty weight class? Look at the girls on there.
Yes.
They suck.
Joanna and Jacek?
Joanna's old news. She's old news, man.
What are you talking about? She's rising back up.
Oh, she sucks.
Roxanne Modafferi's great.
Great.
Well, good.
Get rid of it. JB should say if it says Syed.
I will.
What do you think? Let me know in the chat. Should they get rid of 125? Let's be real. They put it there. Valentina's fantastic, but she's so far ahead. You beat her up?
Oh, yeah.
Get rid of it. I don't want it anymore. Let's see what the chat says.
Paul Faye says no one's going to beat Valentina anyway. Johnny Cobra, get rid of both 125 divisions. Greg Odom Blaze says can't expect much from women. Jared Smallbone says, nah, I'm just super fucking hyped for Whitaker versus Adesanya. Gonna join UFC Fight Club. Sad says JBH pack some muscle and save the division. All right, I'll get right on it. Colt Vic says, well, good, 125 women. Greg says, no, they should, brother. Everything has a start date. And Journal says, nah. Michael Enslin, Fuchs, Sean Hart, Polish, Joanna will return for all of Polska.
What about this, Jesse? What about the flyweights fight each other, like the men and females, male and females? Let's merge them. Why not that? The Bullet versus Cejudo?
That's a good question, Moss.
Why not? Just merge them up. The first male-female weight class. Then we'll have something interesting there. Mm. I have no interest at all. I like 115. I don't like 125.
I'm sorry.
It's ass. Anyway, let's move on.
Can't like everything.
Let's get to the real fight over here.
All right. According to the Bleacher Report, Dana White says, I'd be an idiot not to make Justin Bieber versus Tom Cruise. Justin Bieber taking on Tom Cruise in an MMA contest is not completely out of the question, according to UFC President Dana White. The Canadian pop star recently called Cruise out on Twitter, challenging him to fight in the octagon and tagging White in the message. Justin Bieber tweeted, I want to challenge Tom Cruise to fight in the octagon. Tom, if you don't take this fight, you're scared and you will never live it down. Who is willing to put on the fight? At Dana White. White said initially that, like many people, he dismissed it, but he was then contacted by some real people who want to make the fight happen per TMZ Sports. When asked if he genuinely thought it could happen, White responded that he never thought Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather would happen, but it did. Two-division UFC champ McGregor tempted Mayweather out of retirement in August 2017, and they met in Las Vegas for the Irishman's first ever boxing fight. Mayweather won by TKO in the 10th round to take his professional record to 50-0. It was a hugely lucrative event, but it was widely derided as something of a sham. Ben Deers posted on Twitter also, if Mayweather-McGregor goes ahead, it will be the biggest icon job in sporting history. It's like a man UTD playing Bath RFC at football. At the very least, though, it was two professional fighters of reasonable age. McGregor is now 30, Mayweather 42, going up against each other. In the case of Bieber versus Cruz, the former is 25 and the latter is 56, and they are a pop star and movie icon. Per TMZ Sports, the Top Gun and Mission Impossible actor was a star wrestler in high school and is famously in remarkably good shape for a man of his age. Bieber, meanwhile, has received backing previously from his friend Mayweather, but it would be far more remarkable than Mayweather-McGregor if White really were able to make a spectacle out of Bieber's baffling tweet.
All right. I have a couple of things to say about this. First off, it's the dumbest thing ever, right? You got a kid calling out a fucking 50-something-year-old man. Like, I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Who have never fought in the UFC like a day in their life.
Well, listen, I don't care if they have fought in the UFC. I don't want to see some 22-year-old, what is he, 20 what?
26.
26-year-old fighting a 54-year-old. How old's Tom?
56, I think.
56. Oh, my God.
Or 24, 56 or some shit like that.
I mean, I don't want to see that. I mean, well, okay, no, let me take it back. I don't want to see a regular 26-year-old versus a 54-year-old or however old they are. I don't want to see regular human beings. But this, Tom Cruise versus Justin Bieber, I want to see. Mm-hmm. I do want to see that just because I don't know why. I just want it. What I don't want is I don't want to talk about it. Like, I want them to make this official behind closed doors and then just drop it on everyone and say, hey, UFC 243, Tom Cruise is fighting Justin Bieber. Give us a date and make it happen. I don't want this whole buzz shit because, I mean, talking about it, it's such a ridiculous fight. But don't you want to see it?
No, I think that the moment, the day that day comes, I will officially move on.
No, you wouldn't. You would love it.
All
right, let me put it to you this way. This Saturday, what are we watching after the UFC?
BKFC.
Yes. We're watching men inside a ring with no gloves on,
who
box
know
each
how
other.
to fight.
Okay, we're having boxers versus... It's circus fighting. Right?
Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
White Coon Mike Perry's back.
Yo, what it do? It's your boy Mike the White Coonberry. You feel me? Yo, my nigga Dana White was so close to signing Tom Cruise, but while sparring Cruise did too many double legs. Fights off my negro. That's why I throw hands.
Oh, thank you, Mike. Thank you for clearing that up, Mike Perry. I appreciate that. And you are wonderful.
Wonderful.
You're lying if you don't want to see this fight. I just don't want to talk about it. Like, I want to talk about this if it's actually happening. And for the people that say, oh my God, if Dana White makes this happen, he's an idiot. He wants to make money, right? I mean, if you just drop this on a UFC card, they make a shit ton of money for stupid. I mean, it's they had CM Punk, for God's sakes. Did you not watch those fights? They were terrible, but they were hilarious at the same time, right? Fuck integrity. I don't give a shit. I want...
It just makes it sound so ridiculous.
You can call me a casual. You can call me whatever the fuck you want. But if you're a goddamn liar if you would not watch this fight. If this fight goes down, right? And you're like, I'm not watching. You're full of shit. You know you're going to be watching. Everyone and their mother will be watching this fight.
But
and they'll
it's
hate
not
themselves
about,
for it.
It's not about who's going to watch.
Yeah.
It's about what's good for the sport. And that's absolutely ridiculous.
Listen. Let me break it down to you again. This weekend, we're watching Bare-Knuckle FC. It's barbaric.
Let me break it down for you again.
Gloves.
Bare-Knuckle FC fighters are either former boxers or former MMA fighters. Like, these people, and they're fair fights in the same divisions, as close an age as you can get for a fighter, whether they're approaching retirement or just coming into the game. It's not a fucking 26-year-old singer, a pop star versus a movie star who's 50-some years old. It's not that.
Okay. We watch fighting inside a cage.
Super chat.
And we got a cumin coming in.
A cumin.
I just want to see one of them die.
Yeah, right? I don't like either of them. I could probably stomach Tom Cruise a little bit more than the Biebs. Could you imagine? Like, I mean, you just want to see someone get hurt. You don't want to see a celebrity get hurt? I do. I want to see that. This is how I look at it. We don't watch a normal sport. We watch mixed martial arts. We watch men and women trapped in a cage, carving each other up with elbows and knees, barbaric shit with 4-ounce gloves, and we're like, knock him out, strangle him, die. We're watching gladiator shit. So why not take two fucking knuckleheads that are worth more than you and me, right? I mean, we're worth a lot. But they're still worth more than us, which is amazing. I can't even believe that. And beat the shit out of each other. Why would you not want to see that? Look at the sport we watch. Now, if I was watching baseball, and then they said, well, we're going to have Tom Cruise versus Justin Bieber. Or actually, let me put it to you this way. Basketball. We're going to have Tom Cruise versus Justin Bieber one-on-one. Fucking pro game, one-on-one. I don't want to see that. I don't care. But if you mean to tell me you're going to lock Tom Cruise and Justin Bieber inside a cage, and they're going to beat the god-living shit out of each other, where do I sign? Where the fuck do I sign? Take my money. Take my fucking money. I'm watching it. Look at these two faces. I want to punch him in the face. Everyone in this chat wants to punch me in the face. Let's see what the chat says.
Paul Face says, yeah, man, fuck them both. Make them fight. Hewitt Liar says, let them do roids. Jumanji Warlord says, Bernard Hopkins at 50 murked 20-year-olds. Cree says, Moss, you were a big fan of WWF back in the day. I knew it.
I was a child.
Sean Hart says, Moss, yes.
Oh, Marky Rowe showing the boobies.
Hey, I can see your underwear. Put your boobies in the air. Fapping like I just don't care. Can I lick your pubic hair? Snap a picture, time to share. Took my meat vision impaired. Filthy mind, I need a prayer. Pervert cameraman beware. Pervert cameraman. Show them tits. Pervert cameraman. $10 tip. Pervert cameraman. Ariani Celeste. Pervert cameraman. Show them breasts. Boobies.
I pray to the fight gods Paulina doesn't pull out.
Oh my God. Could you imagine? That'd be a mess. All right, so this is happening this weekend. We're going to be reacting to it, and in a couple of minutes, we'll have Kaleb Harris live on the show. He fought Bare-Knuckle 5. So we'll be discussing Bare-Knuckle FC. We need to talk about someone that's been inside that circular square. Is that what they call it?
Yes.
I guess that's what they call it. Bare-Knuckle FC. I cannot wait, Jesse. I cannot wait.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
All right, let's see what's going on in the chat.
Two Joints says, shove them tits. Alex Jones says, so hot. Boobies and doobies says CJ. James Medina says, Bare-Knuckle.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Two Joints says, boobies. James Medina. Polly for the win. Johnny Cobra says, Alex Jones CNN says, you are gay. Alex Jones says, Johnny, your mom says I am a gay fucking faggot. Flat Earth Deacon says, take some calls. Twerkenstein says, isn't Paulie a tranny?
You can't stop the Siberian Express. Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
The Ian Love Experience.
What is the height and weight of both of these vermin? I hate them both.
The height and weight of both of these vermin. Oh, you're talking about Tom Cruise and Justin Bieber? That's a good question. Maybe we should look into that. Let's see. Tom Cruise and Justin Bieber. Tom Cruise's height. Tom Cruise height.
He's
Let's
like
see here.
5'4".
5'7". Let's see. Justin Bieber. Oh shit. Justin Bieber. 5'9". All right, we got 5'7" versus 5'9". Okay. So, I should have left that in there. Justin Bieber's weight, right? Height and weight. 145.5 pounds.
You can't stop the Siberian Express.
Choo-choo,
motherfuckers.
Kevin from Chicago.
Moss, you really said you have no interest in Cejudo or Svachenko but want to watch Bieber/Cruz fight? This show has officially become the TMZ of MMA. Sad. Also, who cares if McGregor shows up to BKFC? He's not fighting. Damn, you have to get off the guy's nuts.
Kevin.
So here's the thing. It's called the MMA-Holes. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. Thank you for the donation. Of course, it's a goddamn flying circus over here. You know, deal with it. All right. Thank you for the donations tonight. I do appreciate it. Let's get our buddy Kaleb Harris on the phone, on the Skypticals.
Yeah.
What do you say, Jess?
Oh,
You
yeah.
wanna talk to him?
I'll talk to Kaleb Harris.
All right. Let's do this. I'm going to call him up.
Dun, 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 dun.
Ba, 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 ba. Calling Kaleb. Oh, there we go. Mr. Harris, is that you?
Think so. This is my first time running Skype, so I see y'all. Do y'all see me?
We do not see you.
Negative.
Maybe if you click on the camera on and off, we'll pop it on and off. If not, we can just do an audio version. Let's see if we can get that. Kaleb Harris is live with the MMA-Holes 3-1-0 professional MMA fighter. He lost his last bare-knuckle experience, but he is fighting again this August. and he is wonderful, wonderful. We're trying to see if we can get his camera on here, but we don't see
visual.
We don't see any visual.
Camera, I have no idea what I'm doing at this point.
All right, no worries, man. We're going to do this audio version then. How's that sound?
All right.
All right. So, Kaleb, thank you for joining us. You have competed. Well, let's start this way, okay? You were on the last Bare-Knuckle 5, Artem Lobov versus Jason the Kid Knight. That was a crazy card. It was something. It must have been insane to be part of such a stacked lineup with Bare-Knuckle FC.
Man, like, it was unbelievable. I was shell shocked at first because, like, I was like the new kid in school.
Hold on one second, Kaleb.
Jesse, I'm sorry for calling in the other day and calling you a nigger and telling you to suck my minuscule little
terrible.
penis. Truth is, after years of steroid abuse, my little button penis is weak and would provide you no pleasure.
All right, thank you.
Death to all minorities.
All right, so that's a great donation. By the way, Kaleb, we see you now. There you are. All right, we're in the flesh. Perfect. All right, so I must warn you, we didn't have usually with our calls, we warn them that we have a dysfunctional community and they donate and blah, blah, blah. So if you hear weird sounds, that's these idiots. All right.
That's cool, man. I've been watching your show before I came on, and just to kind of get an idea of what's going on.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, thank you for coming on. Back to the story. Let's hear about Bare-Knuckle FC.
So, I wanted to do this back in Bare-Knuckle 3, and I actually went down there. Every show that's been on the coast, because I only live 3 hours from there. I went and I signed up online, never heard nothing back. And then a matchmaker, Ricky Duran, that I fought for in MMA, was posting that he was helping to hook local fighters up. So I messaged him. We got it set. I went down there, and for the media, I've never done any kind of live event or anything. So I compared it to being the new kid in high school. I didn't know anybody. The 2 or 3 announcers that came and talked to me, I was like, going over there and like asking them, like, am I supposed to do this? Because I'm looking at Chris Lieben, Artem Lobov, Jason Knight, who I'd trained with before, but all of them, everybody's just walking around and they're going ahead and signing posters and everything, and I'm like, am I supposed to do that? And they're like, yeah, go. So I'm over here, and Chris Lieben, which, in fairness to him, before I say this, he was cutting weight, so as a fighter, I get it. He's behind me, and I'm signing posters and passing them back, and he's like telling me, he's like, dude, you got to hurry up, like, and just like he's over here signing like a professional, and I'm like taking my time trying to make these signatures look like they're legible. Mm-hmm. And he finally just got in front of me and just started like piling them up in front of me. But it was just crazy seeing all the cameras and just being a part of it. Like it dawned on me then that like I took a step up in my career.
Now, you started your career, mixed martial artist. You won 3 in a row. You were doing pretty damn good over there. You took 1 loss, and then boom, you get this call for Bare-Knuckle. How does this happen? Do you have an agent, or how did you get the call for Bare-Knuckle?
Like I said, I don't have a manager right now. I've tried to talk to a couple of guys that I know that are in the management business, but we never could hook up to actually talk. So really, I've just been annoying the shit out of the matchmakers that are involved with the Bare-Knuckle. And like I said, Ricky Duran used to host Blood and Sand MMA fights on the coast, and I fought for him. So when I started seeing him, I messaged him. I asked, my main thing was I wanted to know how much the pay was. Mm-hmm. Not that it's all about the money, but if I'm going to step in the cage and get punched bare-fisted for the very first time, I got to get paid more than what I'm getting paid with gloves. And he told me what I'd get paid, and he told me a good amount. So I told him I wanted on. I was willing to fight whoever. I mean, that's our team at Black Sails MMA. We don't care who we fight. So I was willing to step in the cage with anybody that wanted to get in there.
Now, and, I'm actually curious, and you don't have to say if you don't want, but how much do they pay for Bare-Knuckle?
Okay, I can't speak for anybody else. My first fight, going against somebody that was had 2 fights already in the Bare-Knuckle ring, Harris Stevenson. Mm-hmm. I got paid a flat rate of $2,000, plus I got 2 tables to sell at my own price because I got to keep all the money. So all in all, I made about $3,300 off the first bare-knuckle fight between selling my hats and shirts and then selling tickets.
If you're in the regional scene, you're not nearly going to make money like that. I mean, it's
my last 30 days before that, I had fought an MMA fight for a title for SFC against Jesse James Wallace, who I'm sure you guys will be watching in about 3 weeks on the Contender series.
Mm-hmm.
He's my only pro loss, and he was number 1 in the state. But for that fight, I was supposed to get paid 6 and 6. 6 to fight, 6 to win, plus I got 15% of all tickets I sold. So I made a third of what I made off the bare knuckle. But local MMA shows, I mean, they don't have the money that like Mr. Feldman's got backing him. I mean, so it's understandable that they can't pay that much just yet.
Now, okay, and we have a live chat going over here. Jesse's going to take some questions from the chat, so we'll get to that in a second. Right now we have Kaleb Harris live with the MMA-Holes. He fought on Bare-Knuckle 5. Does it look like you're fighting in August, Bare-Knuckle 7? Is that a done deal?
I do not have an opponent or a weight yet, but I am told by both matchmakers that I am locked in for the fight. That they just got to find somebody that's willing to get in the squared circle with me.
Great.
And I mean, I told them already that I'm open to going back to a 55 fight or doing 165 since they have that division. And I told them I'd step in there with any boxer or MMA fighter that wanted to take the gloves off and throw hands.
Okay. Now, explain to me this. The difference between MMA and bare knuckle. We watch it here. We do live reactions to it, and we cannot believe what we see over here. But a lot of people are saying that bare knuckle is safer than mixed martial arts. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay. Before I say anything, I'm not a doctor. I don't know a lot of the medical stuff behind it. Just the people that I respect that have been in the sport a long time say that studies have shown that as far as bare knuckle goes, it's more cosmetic. Like, yes, you get cut up, you get bloody. Y'all saw the mine and Harris's fight and Jason and Artem's fight. I mean, but within a week, I was perfectly fine. Just a little bruised up. With MMA, it's more of like getting hit with a sledgehammer. You're getting hit with concussive damage, so it's ringing through to the brain. From what I've understood, again, this is all just from what people have told me. I cut grass for a living. I don't do the whole medical. But as far as the dangers, I mean, you don't have gloves on your shins. You don't have gloves on your feet, and those get connected with heads all the time. I think it was Jessica I fought somebody and got hit with a shin to the dome, and it knocked her out for 10 minutes. And the worst I saw of the bare knuckle fights was some people got bloody, and that was it.
So we have a donation coming in over here. I'm going to replay it over here because I didn't want to interrupt what you were saying. Kaleb Harris is live with the MMA-Holes. He is a 3-1 mixed martial artist. He fights in bare knuckle now, and we're discussing, is it more dangerous than mixed martial arts? Now, when we originally watched the first event that we watched, we were like blown away. We couldn't believe how vicious it looks on TV. And then you see the physical damage. After hearing doctors speak about it and MMA fighters, you know, you're starting to change your opinion. And yeah, if you're getting hit with shins and elbows, I mean, that's like getting hit with a bat. I mean, that's got to be some dangerous stuff. We got a lot of donations coming in over here. Let me play this one over here.
Ask this guy what he thinks about a bunch of city slicker Yankees bashing him for his accent and being a southerner. I used to live in Benton, Arkansas. Ask him if he knows where that is. Yeehaw, giddy up, partner.
Okay, so that is from Kevin from Chicago. I'm not sure. Did you hear that question?
I heard it. All I got to say to any Northerners that got a problem with my accent, they can come step in the squared circle and get these hands. I mean, it's come down to the South, and they're going to be the ones sounding funny, not me.
All right, let me play another donation over here. Let's see if we can get this one going. This is from...
Huge Kaleb fan.
Huge Kaleb fan is donating. I didn't even know. Look at that. A big fan coming in over here. Let's see if we can get this donation played. All right. And if we can't get it played, we'll just read it out to you. Kaleb Harris live with the MMA-Holes Bare-Knuckle FC 5 fought. And if you didn't see that fight, I mean, you got to run it back. It was a fantastic back and forth. Some people say that you won this fight. Before we get into that question over there, I'm going to ask this question because I don't know why the donation's not playing. Jesse, what did Huge Kaleb fan say?
He says, I am a huge Kaleb fan. Seen all 3 of his fights. He is a beast, huge heart. He's my favorite because he's the first openly gay fighter. Congrats on that. Be proud to sodomize. Quick question. What are your thoughts on that white coon Mike Perry?
Okay, so first off, he wants to know if you're homosexual.
I am not.
Okay, we got that out of the way. Now, Mike Perry, what do you think about Platinum Mike Perry?
I think that he's hilarious, man. Like, he goes out and he talks the way he talks and does what he does. I mean, but I like watching him fight. So, I mean, I got nothing bad to say about Mike Perry.
There you go. All right. So now, where are you from?
I'm from originally Lake Mississippi. It's a little small town about an hour outside of Jackson, Mississippi. And I currently live in Pearl, which is like just right next to Jackson, right outside of the capital of the state.
All right.
And I moved here about 3 or 4 years ago so I could be closer to training.
There we go. Kaleb Harris live with the MMA-Holes. We're going to talk some Bare-Knuckle FC, which is this weekend. We have Bare-Knuckle 6 going down. Yes. Artem versus Paulie. I want to get your thoughts on Artem Lobov. We have a donation coming in. Let me let this play.
All right.
And we'll get, this is from Cree85.
Kaleb Harris, would you fight a kangaroo?
Oh, that's a great question. Would you fight a kangaroo?
If the money was right, I mean, sure, why not? As long as Peter didn't get on my ass.
All right, fair enough. Now, Artem Lobov, let's talk about this. I had the pleasure of meeting Artem and Paulie. Artem Lobov is an incredibly nice guy, and you got to fight on the same card as the greatest fighter of all time. Explain your experience with Artem Lobov.
Okay, so I'm going to be honest. Like, before I met Artem, I had an issue like with the UFC in general because I was trying to figure out how somebody with a record that shows of his had made it to the UFC. I thought at first that he had gotten there off of Connor, just like everybody else did. After watching Artem fight and then actually getting to meet and speak with Artem, Artem is one of the coolest dudes there. I was actually back there in the corner, in the same colored corner as him. So, and he's just sitting back there chilling, and anybody that walked up and sat down, he'd talk to. I actually was kind of bummed because I was supposed to be like the start of the pay-per-view card. And then when we got there, they bumped me and Harris off of it because they had too many fighters and not enough time. So I'm walking around, I'm kind of bummed. They told me that if they get enough time, like if a fight goes too quick, they'd stick me on. Well, Artem actually walked up to me and asked me what was wrong. And I was like, man, I'm just bummed. You know, everybody bought this pay-per-view to watch me fight, and, you know, now they're not going to get to see me. He's like, I'm probably going to have to fight after y'all. And he goes, well, man, when you go out there and you kick ass and you show them why you deserve to be on the pay-per-view. And that really meant a lot just for the fact that, like, this he's not a superstar, but I mean, that's who the people paid to come see. And I mean, he went out of his way to come talk to me and, you know, just see what was up. And as luck would have it, Chris Levy went out there and finished in 25 seconds, and I got to go on technically as the co-main event for the Jason Knight Artem Lobov fight. So it was pretty awesome getting to meet him. As far as Paulie goes, I don't know anything about Paulie except for what I've seen on the face-offs, but I'm backing Artem for this fight. So
now, what do you think between the two styles here? I mean, Artem Lobov is coming from MMA. He's performed already within the Bare-Knuckle organization, so he knows what to expect. You got an older guy that's retired, Paulie Malignaggi, coming from a boxing background. What do you think about this actual matchup?
So I've got an odd opinion. Like, for one, age doesn't mean a thing to me. Actually, the hardest guy to ever hit me was like almost twice my age. I mean, he was 40-something years old when I fought him, Bobby Taylor. So the age doesn't really mean anything to me. But as far as the matchup, boxing or MMA, bare-knuckle is its own sport. So it's gritty, it's rough. The ring is half the size. I can't speak on a boxing ring, but the ring is half the size of like an octagon. So if you're used to standing in the pocket and banging it out and just having a toe-to-toe war like, you know, Artem's had with Knight, I feel I've never seen Paulie box. Like I just never watched him box. But from what everybody says, he's going to point him to death. So if he fights like a Mayweather and just goes out there and just points, I think he could win the fight. But if he tries to toe the line with Artem, I think Artem's just got a little too much grit. And I feel that comes from MMA fighters having to deal with the wrestling and the clinch work and just having somebody grind on top of you all the time versus with a boxer, you're just getting hands thrown at you.
Now, this style of fighting here, there is no gloves. So how do you protect your hands and how do you prepare your face for what is to come in something like this? Is it just pure adrenaline? Is it like a bar fight? Like, explain the experience of being inside those ropes.
So, funny story about that. I'm 25, almost 26 years old. My very first time getting hit with a bare fist or anything like that was at the bare-knuckle fight. I've never been in a street fight. I had never been in a barroom brawl. If it wasn't with gloves on, I've never been hit. So I told myself, and I had Stitch come up to me and tell me, you're going to get cut tonight. It's just no exception of it. But to know that and then have it happen for the first time, that's why, and not taking anything away from Harris, but the first 2 rounds, my heart was racing 90-0 because I've never been split open, even in MMA, and I've never been hit bare fist. So that shock was just overwhelming, and all I could think was they're fixing to stop this fight. But they didn't. The cut man worked a miracle on me, and after about that 3rd round, like you said, the adrenaline starts taking over, and it just become another fight. I started finding my game. I started finding the left hook. And I started having fun, and there's actually photos of me and Harris just laughing at each other just because we just enjoyed being in that ring. But yeah, so I can't really speak for anybody else because all my teammates and stuff, they've been in street fights when they were kids, and they were just laughing at me because they thought it was funny that the first time me getting hit bare fist was I was going to get paid $2,000 to do it and fight a cop. So, which I'm a full supporter of the police. I just thought that was funny.
There you go. Kaleb Harris live with the MMA-Holes. I'm showing a picture right now of you actually smiling at your opponent. That fight was fun to watch. It really was. I mean, you two really went at it. Vlad dropped in the chat a donation. Let's see what we got over here from Vlad.
How excited are you to share the stage with arguably one of the greatest to ever step foot in an octagon in Lord Artem Lobov?
We heard that.
Also, thanks for pointing out that you aren't a doctor. Fooled me.
Do you get mistaken for a doctor a lot?
Yeah, all the time.
All right. Thank you for the donations, guys. Appreciate it. Kaleb Harris here. August 2nd, you said, is when you're looking to get back into bare-knuckle, correct?
August 10th.
August 10th. All right, a couple of days off. August 10th. We're looking forward to seeing you back in that the roped with the squared circle is what you guys call it, right? Something like that. We got a donation coming in. Oh, it's Monica Lewinsky is donating.
You don't need an MMA career. All you have to do is suck off Joe Rogan 4 times a day and you boom. Just like CHOO, you're a famous comedian on the #1 podcast. Oral sex pays off. Trust me. My lips and slutty heart made me millions.
Okay, so that's some advice from Monica Lewinsky. I'm not sure. You might be too young for that, or I don't know. But
no, I mean, I know who that is, but I guess I appreciate the financial advice.
All right, let's get to the chat over here. Jesse has some questions from our audience, and I can only imagine what this is.
Yeah. Mike Lanzalone wants to know what you think of Felony. Have you ever met him? Felony Charles Bennett.
Yeah. I mean, we've only spoke like 2 or 3 words. I saw him at the very first bare-knuckle event, but I don't know if that's his natural personality or if that's the persona he puts on for entertainment. But the dude's wild. Like, I mean, he was out after the fight with his glasses half crooked on his face and just dancing around with the fans. I mean, at first I wasn't too big a fan of how he was acting, but then I saw him acting with the fans and stuff. He's actually a really cool dude. Like, you know, I never sat down and drank a beer with him or nothing, but I mean, from what I've seen, he's a pretty cool dude.
I'm fairly certain that's his actual personality.
No, he's not. He's a nice guy. I've talked to him off air. He's a nice guy. But it is a shtick, and he stays in that shtick. So, Felony Charles Bennett is a legend of the sport, and he's wonderful, wonderful, of course.
Wonderful.
What other questions do we have?
Do you boot, scoot, and boogie?
I do not. No, I don't have any rhythm. They say all fighters have rhythm. I'm the exception to the rule. That's the only time I can move is when I'm fighting.
Have you ever wrestled one of them gators?
No, but my boss is supposedly taking me on. If he gets the license to do it, he's taking me on one. So.
Can we nickname you Lil Chuck?
What?
That's what they called me in middle school when I had the mohawk. Now I've just got a ponytail right now, but so I can corner up before I fight.
Now, let me ask you a question. You fighting on August 10th, bare-knuckle. After you knock out your opponent, is there any chance that we can get you look into the camera and say, MMA-Holes, screaming it on top of your lungs over here, represent this community of misfits? What do you say, Kaleb?
Heck yeah, man. For y'all having me on, shoot, yeah.
Now
Y'all
we're
send me a
talking.
shirt and I'll wear it to the fight.
There you go.
That's
That is
what we
done.
have to do.
Send me your address. We'll send you a shirt for sure. There we go. Kaleb Harris representing the MMA-Holes. Now I think we got something going here, right? I'm pumped up. After your last fight, god damn it, I can't wait to see you fight again.
Heck
All right.
yeah, man. I'm looking for sponsors right now.
All right, well, we'll keep an eye out for you. We have a couple of sponsors that we can probably send your way. Jesse, what do you got?
Who will win between Bieber and Cruz?
Well, I'm not a fan of Bieber's music, so I'm gonna put my money on the guy that does his own stunts, not has bodyguards walking around with him. So
Exactly. All right. When did you first get into the fight game for money?
Well, I started martial arts when I was 7, and here in Mississippi, you can't fight MMA until you're 18. So I was a senior in high school when I did my first amateur MMA fight, and I think it's been about 3 years ago that I went pro. So.
All right. One more for you. How many more fights will you fight at Bare Knuckle?
As many as they want. I mean, I don't go into something to just do it for the fun. I mean, if I'm gonna fight bare knuckle and MMA, I'm looking for titles in both. So I'm 0-1 in bare knuckle right now, so it's not like I got a lot to call out on. But we had a really good fight, and I definitely wasn't gonna leave. My mom and dad hoped I was, but I can't leave on an L. So I'm definitely going back, and we're gonna see what happens after I put on another show.
There we go. Listen, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Now is the time to shout out sponsors. What can we look forward to in the future? Kaleb Harris, and the stage is yours.
Man, I want to thank my sponsors that are already with me right now. Lyle's Machinery, Wilkerson's Flooring from Lake Mississippi, and Beavers Unlimited, Brian Fedrick, and then my best friend, Dustin Apuma, has a gym that I teach at, Primal Martial Arts Academy in Forest, Mississippi. I want to thank all of them for sticking with me throughout my entire fight career. And as far as what to look forward to, man, I'm looking to shock and awe. I mean, whether it's in bare knuckle or MMA next, this is going to be my 20th fight. I'm looking to get a knockout for this fight. I don't care who the opponent is. I don't care what weight class it is. I'm just ready to get back in there and fight. So,
Flat Earth Deacon would like to close it off by saying, "Thank you, Lil Chuck."
I think you got a bunch of new fans over here. I think they're turning.
I hope so. They need to go to my Facebook page and like me, Kaleb Lionheart Harris, man.
There you go, Kaleb Lionheart Harris, and on Instagram it's Lionheart2193. Correct?
That's correct.
All right, so go follow Kaleb. Say wonderful. Drop that over there, and you are officially an MMA hole. One more donation's coming in. And let's see who this is from. Ali.
Send more than shirt. Send him coke. Send him hookers. Send his opponent a hooker with a clap. He's going to knock the guy out and promote the MMA-Holes. Also send him some EpiPens in case it goes the full 5 rounds. Hashtag openly gay MMA victor.
I think that was Ali Abdelaziz, I think. I don't know. What do you think, Jesse?
I thought the whole donation was fantastic, except for the last part.
Yeah. We got one more coming in. We'll let this one come through.
All right, let's hear it.
And here we go. Let's see. BK Road is coming in.
Kaleb needs a Chuck Liddell style head tattoo.
Okay, Chuck Liddell style head tattoo. I mean, listen, you got the hairdo already. All you need is the tattoo.
I'm gonna work on my leg piece and on my arm. That's and maybe my back, but I ain't putting no needles in my head.
All right, Kaleb. Hey, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. Looking forward to your next fight. And hey, when you're about to step back in, you're welcome back at any time.
Man, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, be good.
Thanks, Lil Chuck.
Kaleb Harris on the MMA-Holes. What a nice guy.
Yeah, great guy.
Right? I thought it was good. Listen, this is the thing. He reached out to us after the last Bare-Knuckle.
Which, by the way, if you go back, I thought he won.
Jesse did think he won. And he watched our reaction. He reached out to us, and we're like, hell yeah, we want someone from Bare-Knuckle on. I mean, it's a crazy organization. This weekend, if you haven't seen it before, watch this Saturday on Fight TV. No
it's
sponsor.
So funny. Lil Chuck.
They love that.
They kept saying Lil Chuck in the chat, and I almost laughed like halfway through the interview. I almost lost it, but I just thought that was the funniest thing. I had to write it down.
Let me know in the chat if you are now a Kaleb Harris fan. Drop a wonderful if you'll be supporting Kaleb Harris, and why not? We got to send him a shirt now.
Cree says, I'm a Lil Chuck fan for sure.
There we go. All right, let's see what the chat says. What do you think about Lil Chuck, Kaleb Harris?
Flatter thinking says Lil Chuck. Uncle Creepy says, yeah, good sport. We'll see if he's a good fighter. He's a great fighter. We saw him last time. Johnny Cobra says, are you guys covering Bellator Saturday, I believe? Are we? Yes, I think so.
Fuck.
Oh, shoot.
So Bellator, hold on a
second.
second.
And it's Gallagher.
Gallagher's going to lose again? Here we go. Wait, what the fuck? Is it this Saturday?
I think so.
Hold on a second.
Some bitch.
All right. Oh, fuck, man. That shit's going against. So first of all, it's in the UK, right? So that means, is it going to be on a delay? Which I'm assuming it is. We'll probably know the results before it even happens. And they're going to be televising it against the UFC. Wow, they got some card here. Hold on a second. Musashi Lovato Jr. That's a good fight.
Paul
Daly
Daly
versus Silva. Got Gallagher. Oh, fuck. I didn't even know they were fighting. Bellator does a shitty job of
promoting.
Wait, this is June 22nd. Stop it. This is 22nd.
Yeah, that's this weekend.
Is it?
Yeah.
Let me look at my calendar. Are we almost done with
it's
June
the
already?
19th right now.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. It is this Saturday. Are you kidding me? What are you doing, Bellator?
So here's what we can do. Wait, when's Bellator on?
It's on right against the UFC.
At 9?
Hold on a second.
Oh, the main card's at 9?
So the UFC starts at
4.
No, the main card starts at 7.
But we're doing
right?
the whole card, right?
So 7. It probably will roll into Bellator. So Bellator and Bare-Knuckle. Oh my God, it's a lot. Okay, so we have to do the UFC and then multitask with Bellator and Bare-Knuckle.
So we can have UFC on and Bare-Knuckle when it starts, and then once UFC's over, flip over to Bellator.
We're watching it all. We're watching it all.
Wonderful.
All right. I guess we're watching it all. Fuck
God.
it. Wow, Bellator. I didn't even know there was fights this weekend. And it's not like there's scrubs.
I just got this pain in my heart.
You got pain in your heart.
Yeah, right here.
All right, it's the end of Jessie. Let me just put the camera on her. She all right, you all right? You want me to grab your tit? Want me to make it better? You all right? All right. So Kaleb Harris was just on, and if you missed it, you can run it back. He was wonderful. Be fighting August 10th for Bare-Knuckle 7. This weekend, there's Bare-Knuckle, there's UFC, there's Bellator. Oh, for fuck's sake.
We'll get it, Moss. We got it.
We do need a producer, 2 Joints. Anyone want to work for free?
2 Joints can be our producer.
I'm telling you, the shit that goes on, like getting Kaleb on, getting the visuals, the audio right, the fucking donations coming in. Like, there's just so much shit going on here. And then we don't even know what's going on in the schedule. I need an assistant. I need a producer. I need them all to work for free. All right, Jess, you having a heart attack or what?
I really feel like I am.
You're right. You'll be okay, kid. All right. Any doctors in the chat? We need a doctor's stat. Okay, let's put this back over here. All right, let's get back into the news. We have some more stories to get to, unless Jesse dies on us. All right, Jess. What else do we have in the news? I thought that was good. I thought Kaleb was... You know what? He's one of the better guests. Who would have thought? She's great. What's going on? Explain.
I got like this sharp pain right in my heart.
I have a story for you after the show. I'll tell you after the show, but I'm not going to tell it now. But it relates to your pain. Yeah. A story.
You have a story.
You never have any stories.
I have a story for you. I'll tell you after the show.
Is it good or bad? Is it going to freak me
fine.
out?
You're fine. It's fine. Don't worry. I'll tell you the story after the show. All right, let's get to the next story. Speaking of stories, Jesus Christ.
You have a story. A story.
All right. According to BJPen.com, Dana White fires back at UFC fans terrorizing him over Tony Ferguson title shot. Tony Ferguson wants a shot at the UFC lightweight title currently owned by Khabib Nurmagomedov, riding high on 12 straight wins over some of the division's best fighters. He's more than earned the opportunity, and he's getting tired of waiting. As it turns out, his fans are tired of waiting too. Speaking on Instagram on Tuesday, UFC president divulged that he's recently been terrorized by passionate Tony Ferguson fans who are demanding he grant the top lightweight contender a title shot.
Super chat.
By the way, I don't pick the news. Roberto Hernandez.
Smiley face. Hi.
Hey, Roberto.
Why'd you say that?
No, they're saying that I'm picking the news. You're the news person, not me.
Why? Do they think it's bad news?
No, they don't think it's bad. They love the news. This is one person
All
trolling you.
MMA news is good news.
That's right. All right, back to the story, Jesse.
He reminds those fans that he has not denied Ferguson a title shot outright, and that UFC lightweight champ Khabib Nurmagomedov is currently tied up with a UFC 242 fight with interim champ Dustin Poirier anyway. Quote, when did I say that this guy doesn't deserve anything? I mean, if you do your homework on the Tony Ferguson thing, how many times has Tony Ferguson and Khabib Nurmagomedov been lined up to fight? It didn't work out. He was the interim champ, blew his knee out. He had to have ACL surgery. He was out. We just offered him the fight with Dustin Poirier to fight Khabib next. He turned the fight down. Then he came back a few weeks later and was ready to fight again. Everybody's acting like I've denied Tony his shot at the title. It's just that he's had a bad string of luck and things haven't gone his way, but everybody's terrorizing me like I'm not giving him what he deserves. If you're a fan of the sport, you saw how this whole thing played out. That's how we got where we are now.
You know, it is pretty interesting how everyone is jumping to the defense of Tony Ferguson. This guy, there was one time where, and I remember very clearly that there were a lot of people that disliked Tony Ferguson,
yes,
including myself. I was one of those people that were just not on the Tony train. And, you know, I have my reservations about him, but he's proven so much as a fighter, and he's matured on the mic as well, that I'm starting to turn. You know, I dig him. You know, he backs it up, so I can't knock him for that. But it's just amazing. You right?
Yeah.
You're like, you look like you're going to die.
Panicking right now.
All right, you want to go get some
No, I'm
drink?
good. I'm good. Just keep talking.
You're like,
no, I'll get over it.
All right.
I'll get over it. He just.
But the thing here is now everyone is on the Tony train. I mean, a lot of people are really just fucking, let's go, Tony. Let's do this. It's amazing how he's grown this fan base, and it's taking so long for it. This guy's been in the UFC forever, and now all of a sudden everyone's a Tony fan. It's bizarre. I don't think we've ever seen a fighter like this where he was been in the UFC for so long, has such a long winning streak, and then boom, now everyone loves him.
Yeah.
We've been doing this show for 3 years, and I guarantee you, 3 years ago, we didn't see this. We didn't see everyone on the Tony train. It was all like, this guy was a prick in The Ultimate Fighter. Now, all of a sudden, everyone's on the train, and I kind of get it because that's how MMA fans are, right?
Yeah.
If you're hot, if you're on fire, if you're a fantastic fighter, let's go. If you have a little edge to you, let's go. As soon as Tony Ferguson starts taking a couple of L's, everyone's off, and they're fucking hitting him over the head with fucking clubs.
Yeah.
That's how it works with Tony Ferguson. Now, Dana White catching heat, he should expect it. This is MMA. This is MMA fans.
This is his job.
Well, I mean, MMA fans are cunts. Like, we're including myself, we're all a bunch of fucking cunts. That's why we started the MMA-Holes, you know? We're trolls. Everyone's a troll. And if you can't admit to it, you just look in the mirror right now. Take a good look in the mirror. First of all, you're watching this shit show, so there's something wrong with you. Right? 130 people, there's something wrong with all of us right now. There's something wrong. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm not saying it's a bad thing because we need this. We need this community of assholes. But I don't know why Dana White's surprised. What the fuck was that?
Miko Johnson.
Oh, okay. All right, so
Every time I see that in the chat, I feel like I have to do it.
All right, let me explain what's happening. Jesse had chest pains, and head pains. I'm having head pains, and she's going a little manic. We don't know what's going on, but she's happy, and that's all that matters. Anyway, let's see what the chat says about Dana White and El Kukui. I'd love to know what you think.
Sean Hart says the home of the misfits.
Right.
Infinite Conscious says we're all troll dolls. Ruthless Raza says I'm drunk and want to see Chris's tits.
All right, why not? Actually, you want to see my tits? It's on Instagram at the MMA-Holes.
Jeremiah says JBH Manic? Never.
You know, Jeremiah. Well, listen.
Listen, you have to have a little bit of a fucked up head to be on this show, right?
Yeah.
That's
all right, let's get to the next story.
All right.
More Dana White.
According to MMAnews.com, UFC President Dana White is not upset with Brock Lesnar for retiring. UFC President Dana White is a lot of things, but being pissed at Brock Lesnar isn't one of them. Many fight fans were led to believe that a heavyweight title bout between champ Daniel Cormier and Lesnar was on the horizon. The seeds were planted when Lesnar shoved Cormier inside the octagon at the conclusion of UFC 226. That bout never materialized as Lesnar decided to stick solely with the WWE and retired from mixed martial arts competition. Dana White says he wasn't mad with Brock Lesnar's decision. White recently took fan questions on ESPN's Instagram account. One of the fans asked White if he was upset with Lesnar over his decision. The UFC boss insists that he wasn't mad. He said, quote, "I wasn't pissed at all. Brock had a good run here. It's been fun. Listen, to fight in this business, you have to be 100% invested. You've got to be in. It's not where his head was. He made the right decision." With Lesnar out of the picture, Cormier will now defend his heavyweight title against Stipe Miocic in a rematch. That bout will take place on August 17th in the main event of UFC 241. The title bout takes place inside the Honda Center at Anaheim, California.
I've never seen Dana White this happy. I've never seen it.
Yes, with the picture with the Fertitta brothers.
He's prancing around. I guess that was pretty happy. Well, I just saw it now, so I don't know when he took that picture. But goddamn, he is prancing around. He's trotting him around their new Apex facility for the Contender series.
He's excited.
It's nuts. He's joking with the reporters. He signed, and it's not a 10-year deal. He signed a 7-year deal. So let's make that clear. He made that clear in his last press conference, or not press conference, his back and forth, his scrum, let's say. But Dana White, he's I don't know. I'm just talking. I'm talking with my hands. I'm New York. What do you want me to do? If you put this behind my back, I can't talk.
Yeah.
Dana White he's just having a good time, I guess. I don't know. I don't hate the product right now. I think we're in a good time. I really do. Like, I'm enjoying the fight cards. I'm enjoying MMA. I'm enjoying the regional promotions. I'm enjoying Bellator. I'm enjoying a Bare-Knuckle this weekend. I love it. This is a great era.
Yeah.
We're literally in a fantastic era right now.
Yes.
The problem is going to be when Fight Pass starts having fights over there, and then it's another thing that you're going to have to buy again. You know? They're going to be doing their own shit. All right. Can you please explain to me when does the train derail and you completely start going loony bin? When does this happen? So what's going on? This reminds me. You ever see 21 Jump Street with Channing Tatum and what's his face, the fat guy, Jonah Hill, and they take those drugs, and there's the stages of the drugs. You go through those stages. I have a feeling you're on that drug. You all right?
Yeah.
What happened? You don't even know?
I'll tell you later.
Oh, you tell me. All right, we'll have a lot of talking later. All right. Stimulating the clit? Is that what it is? I love you to death. I really do.
Just keep talking.
Well, I'm confused, scared, and horny at the same time. It's really weird. But it's interesting. What's going through your mind? You don't know? Oh, you do know?
No, I'm good. Just
intrusive thought? Let me tell you about my intrusive thought today. Should I tell that story?
Yeah, that's a funny
Completely
story.
Unrelated. So this has nothing to do with MMA. You know what? We'll go a little bit longer. We'll open up phone lines. You guys want to open up the phone lines? We'll fucking do that. We're in the grocery store today, right? Actually, Target we're in. And I hate the grocery store. I can't fucking stand it, right? I just hate going grocery shopping. I'll tell the story in a second.
You can't stop the Siberian Express. Choo-choo, motherfucker.
We got Jessica G coming in.
Moss, you should always freeze JBH before the show to make sure she isn't stimulating the clitoris with her pocket vibrator.
Yeah, I guess we should. I don't know what's going on. I think she's having an orgasm live on the show. Are you having an orgasm?
No, tell your story. It's funny.
All right. It's not really funny, but it's just weird. It's bizarre. And now I can relate to your craziness. So she's looking at eggs. She's getting the produce or whatever the hell she's getting. She's throwing it into the cart. And I zoned out, completely zoned out. I had a daydream, but a real like legit, I'm dreaming right now. And I'm standing there by the cart with my MMA-Holes shirt because I have to represent the show, of course. And I'm staring into space. And in my head, I'm raising chickens, right? And as I raise chickens, I'm consuming their eggs. And then one of the chickens gets sick. And I don't know what to do with the chicken. It dies. Where do you throw out the chicken? Do I bury the chicken in the ground? Do I throw it in the dumpster? What do I do with the dead chicken? And here I am by the cart thinking to myself, what the fuck am I going to do with this chicken? And Jesse's like staring at me. I'm like, and then I go like this.
No, I was trying to talk to you.
Yeah, and I looked at her and I snapped out of the dream. What was that? Has that ever happened to anybody?
I said, what kind of salad greens do you want? And this is what I get from him. What?
What is going on? We're losing our minds. We're losing our minds. I have no idea. It's bizarre. Anyway, let's get back into news. We're going to get one more story in, and we'll open up the phone lines and just have a little fun.
All right. According to MMA Fighting, Santiago Ponzinibbio returns home after second hospitalization in 1 month. So you guys saw the first one when he posted that video of him waking up less than 2 weeks after being hospitalized with bacterial infection in his knee and undergoing emergency surgery in Florida. UFC welterweight
Manny C.
You can't stop the Siberian Express. Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
All right, let's see what Manny C has to say.
Happy for the UFC and Dana White. I would have signed Dana White to a 70-year contract. Dana White is the most important thing for MMA. We are all here because of Dana White. Fact. Also random fact. I got into a Twitter exchange with Dana White once.
Yeah, he liked like one of my things one time. Thank you, Manny C. Dana White. So did he block you, though, is the question. All right, so what do you think about that? Dana, he said some interesting things that people might actually be like, what the fuck? I hate Dana White. I agree with what Manny said. The UFC, I cannot see the UFC without Dana White. I know all things move on, you know, businesses, companies move on. I don't see it without Dana White.
Yeah.
Can you see the show without Jesse?
I figured out what it is.
What?
When you're talking like serious about MMA, I shouldn't look at you.
Why?
Because
Why?
Because for some reason I have like a compulsive need to laugh, and I can't figure out why.
I'm a funny guy.
And it's like that's what it is. That's what it is. So.
All right. I don't know. All right. So there's the explanation. All right. Back into the news. I want to know your thoughts on Dana White when I open up the phone lines. But here we go. Ponzinibbio.
All right. So the Argentine talent who remained in hospital after or for a week earlier this month was cleared from the hospital on Tuesday after spending 8 more days under medical care, he told MMA Fighting. According to Ponzinibbio, he had a reaction to the medication he was taking after the surgery and had to return to the hospital after experiencing pain and fever. The welterweight fighter has yet to be cleared to return to training and doesn't have a timetable for a return to the octagon. He said, quote, "I'm focused on my recovery right now. I want to fight soon, of course, but I have to get back to 100% first. I know I'll come back better than ever and win the fights I have to win my title." And then there's that video from earlier this month when he was woken up, but we already saw that.
Oh, yeah, we did see this.
Yeah, so he went back.
This is the the Latino soap opera.
¿Cómo te sientes?
Bien. La rodilla izquierda está con dolor.
Sí, porque te hicieron una operación, amor. Te sacaron mucho líquido, baby.
Sí.
Oh, yeah, sí.
Ya te van a dar algo, ¿ok, mi amor?
Oh.
Dígale algo a los fans.
Oh, yeah.
Que sos
Aquí.
argentino.
Yerba mala nunca muere.
You can't stop the Siberian Express. Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
I've done that before, standing there in line at the bank waiting to be called on to, completely zoning out, thinking about shooting my own porno with the lady behind the desk. Sir, I can help you here. Shakes head, oh sorry.
Oh, man. I know a lot of people. I tell you what, man, I don't know what the hell's going on in my head. That's never, like, I've daydreamed as a kid a lot. Like,
I've daydreamed my whole life.
But then there was a period where there was no more daydreaming. I was pretty focused in life. Now I think I'm like Benjamin Button. I'm going backwards right now.
I'm rubbing off on you.
Well, I am 42 doing YouTube with a 23-year-old, so I guess I am going backwards.
Wonderful.
All right. Thank you, Vlad, for the donation.
Oh, God.
I was just getting into that porno. And then
I'm
Vlad.
not. Enough. All right, should we open up the phone lines? You want to get to more stories? What do you want? Yeah, let's open up the phone lines. Why not?
Wait, hold on. Henry Cejudo had his surgery?
Yeah, he's going through shoulder surgery.
All right,
Yeah,
make
you
it-
don't
make
want
it
to hear
quick.
about it.
Wait, yeah, I do. I didn't know Cejudo was having a shoulder surgery. I'm going to open up the phone lines, but I do want to hear that.
Yeah, you're on the wrong page.
What the fuck? Where'd it go?
You're on page 2.
Well, how do I get to page 1? There it is. All right, let's get to Cejudo.
According to ESPN, UFC champ Henry Cejudo is undergoing shoulder surgery. Flyweight and bantamweight champ Cejudo is undergoing left shoulder surgery after tearing his subscapularis muscle During his fight against Marlon Moraes earlier this month, Cejudo told ESPN. Cejudo said he suffered the injury in the first round of his fight at UFC 238. Despite the injury, he defeated Moraes via third-round TKO to become just the fourth fighter in UFC history to be crowned champion in 2 weight classes at the same time.
Is there any romantic soap opera videos?
No.
All right, so we'll move on. Is he all right?
Severely injured his ankle days before the fight while training, and he's just going to go...
they pussy farted it, Jesse. Okay, so they don't want to hear it.
Sorry, guys. I wasn't going to talk about it. I was just going to open the phone lines, but...
Well, listen, I thought there was something... Well, he is getting surgery, and that's not good for a double champ. That holds things back. It's Hip Hop Perry.
Fluidity is the mystery. I can tell I Google searched his history. Kick back like John Gotti. 3 right books to the body and he dropped like he was hit with the shotty. Ali the erratic terrorist controlling the show. How so?
Fuck.
No one knows #white flight.
What's going on with the Mike Perry stuff?
Hip Hop Perry.
That's Hip Hop Perry. All right. The reason why I have interest in Cejudo's injury is this man is, and thank you for the donations, friends. Appreciate it. This man is holding up 2 divisions now, and now he's injured.
Yeah.
2 Cejudos are better than 1. He's going through shoulder surgery. So which belt gets vacated, Jess?
Neither. I think he'll be fine.
No, I think there's gonna be a vacated belt. He's got to get the surgery, then he's got to fight, and then there's gonna be a weight class. Where does he go? Like, I have a feeling flyweight's done. He says they say it's still alive. Is that where you think he's gonna go? The fuck is that? The hell is that? So fun fact, she makes faces so she could watch it back on. We have the replay right over there, so she'll watch through. She just wants to see herself make that face.
It's so funny.
Not for the people that are just listening.
Yeah.
But so what do you? All right, what the fuck's going on today? I can't even believe I told the chicken story. That's the type of night we're having tonight.
Oh God.
If you missed Kaleb Harris, Bare-Knuckle FC Kaleb Harris, run it back. He was on. But what do you think? Where is he going to fight next, Cejudo?
Probably flyweight.
You're saying flyweight?
Yeah.
All right, let me know in the chat what you guys think, and I'm going to open up the phone lines right now.
Flatter Thinking says, take some calls, God damn it.
All right, Flat, you better call in, because if you're saying take some calls and you don't call in, the earth is round.
The Benjamin says, double champs always get surgery or throw dollies at buses. Infinite Conscious says, it's okay. I make faces in the mirror, too. I shadow box in the mirror. Beat that, Infinite. Pulse Resurrected says, answer damn. Oh,
yeah, Pulse wanted to call. We have to get to the bottom if that was his picture.
Jessica G says, Henry Cejudo doesn't meet the height requirements of being in the news longer than 2 minutes. Vigo Johnson says, Cejudo is out for the rest of the year, isn't he?
I mean, it really fucks the...
Is he out for the rest of the year? Is he on Doctor...
What was the rest of that story? They pussy farted it.
Oh, shite.
Just read it and I'll open the phone lines.
No, I closed out of it already.
Pussy farted.
I don't have it. Fuck. What is his suspension? By the way, did you know Cerrone was suspended indefinitely?
Yeah. Is that one of the news stories?
No. I just thought I should bring that up.
Yeah, NH, on the MMA-Holes.com, the wall, I saw someone dropped it over there.
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, it's not crazy. It's just he's indefinitely until he's going to go back to a doctor, and then they'll give him another evaluation. 516. Thank you.
I got it. 832, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name and what's on your mind?
Yeah, I wanted to tell you guys a story.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so this girl, she goes to the gynecologist's office for the first time, and she's really, really nervous because it's her first time going to the gynecologist. So she goes into she goes into the office and she sits on the table, and the doctor looks at her and he sees that she's really, really nervous. And he says, "What's wrong, sweetie?" And the girl says, "Doctor, I'm scared. I'm so nervous. This is my first time at the OBGYN. Please help me, doc." And so the doc says, "Okay, well, I tell you what, would you like me to numb you down there?" And the girl goes, yes, doc, please, numb me down there. So the doc sticks his face between her legs and goes, num, 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 num.
All right. Thank you, Pulse. There it is, Pulse.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
All right, so Pulse called in.
That's funny.
What do you guys think of the joke over there?
That's
that was,
funny.
all right, 516-522.
I'm gonna steal that joke.
0267. You can call a joke. There you go. I tried to get the picture.
That was funny.
You liked it?
Num.
All right.
That's hilarious.
That was hysterical. 516-522-0267. Here we go.
773, Kevin from Chicago. You're live with the MMA-Holes. What's on your mind, bud?
What's up, Mas? Do me a favor, pull up the card this weekend.
Which one? There's 3 of them.
UFC.
Okay.
What is it, UFC Greenville or something?
Yes, sir. I'll pull it up right now. Speak to me.
Oh, man, it's such a bad card. Probably
Yeah.
I think it's the worst card there's ever been, honestly. I can't think of a card this bad. Seems like half the fighters are coming off losses or coming off fights they should have lost.
You're not excited to see the Korean Zombie?
No, Korean Zombie, last time he fought, he got knocked clean out. Moicano, he got destroyed by Jose Aldo. His last fight. I mean, it's going to be a good fight, but it's like there's no implications. I'd like to see some implications, like, oh, this guy wins, he's going to get a next title shot, or he's in the running and uppercomer, but it's like all these dudes are freaking leftovers. They got destroyed. John Lineker lost his last fight. Brian Barberina, he got destroyed his last fight. Randy Brown, the last time I saw Randy Brown, he was getting his freaking chin destroyed on the bottom position by that one dude with the weird shoulders. Luis Pena, I mean, holy shit, every single one of these fights, they're all coming off losses. There's no freaking title implications. There's no big storylines, just a bunch of fillers. Yeah, this got to be the worst card in a long time. What other cards are there? Is it Bellator card?
Yeah, Bellator.
Bellator looks good.
Yeah.
But it's not going against it. It's not. I mean, the prelims will be, but it's going. It's after it, so it's a pretty good card.
Oh, Gegard Mousasi's fighting. That's a good fight. Gegard Mousasi versus Lafado. That's actually a pretty good fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, not so good. I mean, there may be some boxing fights, but whatever. UFC, man, they're just doing some filler shit. That's what they do now, just to keep the time moving. All right, I'll let the next guy call in. Take it easy.
It's Kevin from Chicago.
That's interesting that he doesn't like that card.
Well, listen, it's a fight night. It's kind of like it's one of those cards that are you gonna break all your plans for it? You don't have to. It's early. You know, it's an early card. The main card starts at 7. So you can literally watch this and still go out and get some pussy.
J.A.'s calling him Negative Nancy.
I mean, it's a freebie. I'm assuming it's Fight Pass. I mean, not Fight Pass. ESPN Plus. I'm guessing. Where does it say? Yeah, ESPN Plus. So it's the ESPN Plus card. It starts at 7 p.m. You can still go out, fucking party it up. You'll be fine.
Eat some donuts.
Or you can still watch this and boom, run right over to Bellator. Now this Lovato Jr. How old is this guy? This guy's been around for a little bit. And he's got 9 fights. He's looked fantastic. How old is he? He's not young. I know he's not young. But, yeah, I like this. Gegard versus Lovato Jr. If Lovato can get the win, that'd be something else.
Haygard.
That'd be something. I don't think Gegard has many left in him. He said he's thinking about retiring already. He did what he had to do. He's a champion.
What's done is done.
And, not a bad card. Bellator. And then also Bare-Knuckle. It's a good... UFC is the appetizer for the Bellator and the Bare-Knuckle. So I'm not going to go crazy. If the UFC was on a 10, then I would be like, yeah, fuck this card.
CJ wants to know a 4-letter word that starts with T. Tart.
Twat. Turd.
Tape.
T-U-R-D. Turd.
Tape.
All right. 516-522-0267. Let me know what you think about Kaleb Harris. If you watched the interview, let me know what you think about Kaleb. Bare-Knuckle FC going down this Saturday. We have the UFC going down. We got Bellator going down. And we have this situation that we spoke about at the top of the show. The gentleman on the Ultimate Fighter. He peed blood. You're live with the MMA-Holes. What is your name and what is on your mind?
It's fucking DB.
Who is this?
It's DB, you fucking weirdo.
Oh.
Yeah, you fucking weirdo.
You're the one that was... What's going on?
What's going on? Yo, I think that I think that them signing fucking Dana to 10 years probably the smartest move they made since fucking going to Spike, bro, with that fucking show.
Well, he corrected it. He said it's 7, but regardless, it is a decent amount of time. And what else you got with that? I mean, I agree. I
mean, dude, you can't. I don't look. The only person I see filling his spot is Chael Sonnen, dude. You know, I said that I think it was last week and the week before. You know, Chael Sonnen's the only person that could fill his shoes in that role. You know what I mean? So who else is going to do it? Fucking Sean Shelby? I mean, come on, that's ridiculous, you know?
You were going to say something, Jess.
Daniel Cormier.
Daniel Cormier. What do you think about DC?
Daniel Cormier could be a good, matchmaker type guy, but he's not he's not a president. You know, he doesn't have a... Dude, Dana White's personality is bigger than half the fucking roster put together, dude. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have somebody like that. He's almost like a Don King without being a total cunt, right? I mean, Don King is just a fucking worthless piece of shit. Nobody likes that guy.
I got it. John Gotti Jr.
What?
Yeah, I guess, you're putting John Gotti in the position to take care of fucking $4 billion seems like a terrible idea, Miss JBH. What's wrong with you?
Well, I feel like if anyone knows how to handle money, it would be him, right?
Oh, yeah, handle it right into their pockets, and then everybody's broken without some MMA, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking this. It's got to be in 7 years down the road, Dana's going to be, what, 57? You know, he still could hang around a little bit longer. He does.
Look at Bob Arum, dude. Bob Arum's what, fucking 80 million
ancient.
years old? That guy's still fucking doing it.
Yeah, I don't think Dana White is having too much fun.
Bob Arum's got the personality of a fucking dead fish, dude. You know, I mean, somehow he still promotes fights, dude. You know what I mean? So I mean, I have to go with Manny C, man. Right? It's the best that's the best move ever, bro. You know, taking that guy. I mean,
I want to hear your thoughts.
Shoes, man. You know?
Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on the Contender series. Contender series. Did you wind up watching that last night?
I watched some of it at my boy's house, but I mean, I came home to do some work. I mean, hanging out with you guys is a fucking blast, but I don't get a whole lot of work done sometimes when I'm hanging out with you.
I hear you. Vlad coming in.
DB speak on the height thing, nigga. From last time.
They want you to speak on the height thing, Ninja.
The what?
Nah, Vlad wants you to speak on the height thing from last night.
I don't even think I fucking seen that, if that's a thing, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was at my boy's house about 10 minutes, smoked a joint with him, and then I came home to do some fucking work and shit.
There you go. All right. Well, listen now. So yeah, with Dana White, with this guy peeing blood. I don't know if you got to see the second fight of the Contender series, but Dana White doesn't give him a contract. And what do you think about Dana just wanting killers in the Contender series?
See, the whole thing, I'm with JBH, right? Like, she was saying something about the, he fucking won. He won, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you not supposed to win? You know? I mean, do I have to fucking throw it all on the line, possibly get knocked out, and it's my only fucking opportunity to get in the UFC? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, there's no incentive for him to fucking throw all caution into the fucking wind, bro. You know? Like, I mean, it's just, if you're really looking at it, you're looking at winning, right? Like, look, I hated GSP in the way that he fought. But if you're looking at winning and your only fucking mindset is to win, then you got to go with people like that, right? Is to win.
That's right.
But if you want killers, then you're going to end up with some knuckleheads like fucking Platinum Mike Perry, who, he's going to knock some fucking people out. But he's really not smart enough to get actually better. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's never going to really get better. I mean, he might get a little bit better. He might show some signs of improvement, against certain guys. But all in all, let's just admit it. Mike Perry's not a fucking championship fighter, right?
It doesn't look like it. Creed coming in with a donation.
Whoa.
DB, are you related to Dickie Eklund?
Dickie Eklund. Are you related to...
No, I'm not related to Dickie Eklund.
All right.
No, that's funny. You know who that is, right, Moss?
I have no idea. Who's Dickie Eklund?
Mickey, you know who Mickey Ward is, the boxer,
yes.
Mickey Ward, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Dickie?
That's his brother.
Oh, is it really?
That's funny.
There you go. All right. Well, DB, thanks for the call, and let's move on here. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, hey.
Yes.
Cowboy tapped out without tapping out.
Oh, shit.
Right,
Boom roasted. DV dropping in saying Cowboy tapped out. Oh my goodness. Could you believe this? NH, I hope you're not listening. That was a terrible thing. Could you believe he
I can't
disrespected
believe it, Mom.
And like that. Cowboy Cerrone. And if you're in the chat, Cowboy Cerrone indefinitely suspended because of his injury. Let us know what you think.
Super chat.
We got Vladimir coming in with the super chat.
Shook. You made allegations N-word.
Whoa. Shook. So Vlad says shook. Wonderful. We got to play a word from our sponsors. We didn't get to do that yet, so let's do it right now. We're going to blast through it. If you need to make a bet, we got the place for you. Because there are a lot of fights this weekend, and there's a lot of money to be made. Where can they do it?
Just because you're not in Vegas doesn't mean you can't bet on MMA and UFC. BetDSI offers online wagering and has been paying winners for 20 years. Use the link in the description with promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, and get up to 100% bonus match as well as $25 as a welcome bonus today. BetDSI also offers betting options for everything, including NFL, NCAA football, NBA, NHL, UFC, and all their major sports, politics, reality TV, esports, virtually everything. We play there ourselves and recommend BetDSI if you want to add some excitement to the fights or any other sports you are watching. Once again, go to BetDSI with the link in the description below using promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, and get this limited time 100% bonus offer, as well as $25 welcome bonus to make some extra cash on the sports you know and love. It's only a game until you bet it at BetDSI.
Wonderful. All right, so I was looking at BetDSI over here. I haven't really paid too much attention. I don't like the main card. I know Henry Solstice is going with the Korean Zombie. He is the underdog. The one that sticks out to me this weekend, and I might be biased, but Rob Font from CES fighting John Lineker. I know John Lineker is tough, but Rob Font looks fantastic. And at a plus 182, I kind of like that fight. So that might be my pick this weekend. I think I might be dropping some bonus. Jesse, what do you say? Should I just do it right now?
I say do it right now.
All right.
Do it.
Here we go. Fook it. I'm going to drop some bonus money on the Font. Mr. Font over here. Rob Font, a plus 182. Let's look at him over here versus John Lineker. There he is. Lineker versus Rob Font going down. Lineker is very, very tough, but I think Rob Font, I don't know, man. I like the little chip on his shoulder coming from CES, going with the hometown guy. I'm going to drop 5 Dolores, 5 tacos on this man. Win $9.10. Why not? Just throw it there. There we go. Just like that. What? I got to refresh the page. All right, let me do that. But I'm going to be dropping it on the Font, man. I'll do that. All right, Jesse. Also, I want to drop money on, what's it called? On Holly Holm as well. I know she's got a tough fight with Amanda Nunes, but
what?
She's a plus 252. I think I might do it. All right, let me try this again. Mr. Fonts. Let's take some more phone calls as I'm doing that. Actually, you know what? Before we get into another phone call, let's do this. We have another sponsor to get to.
Timeless CBD sees a gap in the industry between quality and affordability. This is a CBD company that strives to make top-notch products at prices people can afford. All of Timeless CBD's products are carefully handmade at their facility. Each and every batch is third-party tested. Visit Timeless CBD with the link in the description below and get your hands on only the best CBD products, such as full-spectrum oils, gummies, pain salves, freezes, BCAAs, and more. Use promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, for up to 20% off of your entire order. We use Timeless CBD and we haven't felt this good in years. We recommend Timeless CBD to anyone seeking treatment for numerous conditions. Once again, visit Timeless CBD with the link in the description and use promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, and get up to 20% off of your entire purchase.
All right. Timeless CBD is wonderful. We do that shite every day. All right. The bet has been made. Rob Font is in. So there we go. Got that in. Rob Font. Just 5 tacos on the Font, man. If you want to place the bet, link in the description. Timeless CBD. Also, we want to give a shout out to Real Bearded Men. If you want to see how I get my beard sexy and swole, one of the things I like the most about their product is very simple. It's a comb. It's not a comb. It's a brush. It's a little furry brush that I put on my beard, and sometimes I don't even put product in it. Like if I get out of the shower, I just comb that shit down, and it calms down the situation over here. So
the situation.
That's what my beard is. The situation. 15% off promo code MMA-Hole get yourself. You can get some razors. You can get some combs, some wax, any of that stuff, oil, anything you need for your beautiful beard. Don't look like a bum. You're an MMA hole, for God's sakes. Do yourself a favor. Look like a goddamn celebrity, right?
Right.
All right, I'll take one more phone call and wind it down. That's it. Last call, 516-522-0267. Lots of things going on this weekend. We're going to make this phone call quick, so get your point in, and then we are donezo until Friday night show. Maybe a gaming stream tomorrow, I don't know. We got a lot of streaming, a lot of shite going on here. And hey, no one did the Donald Trump donation. How dare you? How dare you? We need to drop one Donald Trump donation before the show is over. All right, here we go. Last call of the night. Unknown caller live with the MMA-Holes. What's your name and what is on your minds?
Did you hear that? Did you see the interview Kevin Iole did of Chael Sonnen?
No.
He said, Chael Sonnen, the biggest drug cheat in MMA history. And Chael Sonnen had a funny response. He said, it wasn't the worst. I was the best drug cheat. But it's kind of funny how these journalists are shit on Chael Sonnen being this drug cheat, and they bend over backwards to defend John Jones. Like Chael Sonnen, some standout. Like, man, they're all juicing. Chael Sonnen, the dude he fought, Lyoto Machida, he popped. Anderson Silva, he fought him, he popped for roids. John Jones popped. I mean, it seems like half the dudes he fought popped, but I don't know. Chael Sonnen is like an easy target to shit on or blame, to bash him for being a drug cheat. But, dude, if you're going to call him out, you got to call out John Jones, but they don't want to do that. They got he's not an easy target or something. That's kind of bullshit. But, yeah, take one more call for NH. He wants to call.
All right, now he's telling us how to run the show. All right, anyway, the point he makes is true. They do target Chael a lot, but Chael had a huge mouth, so I feel like he had a bullseye on his back. They could go after Anderson a hell of a lot more. Most of those Brazilians that popped, John Jones, there's everyone that Chael competed with in that era, they pretty much all popped for steroids. So he does make a good point. But how dare you tell me how to run the show? 10 more likes. 10 more likes over here. Let's beat the shit out of the sheetrock. Come on, kids. Let's do this. 10 more likes. Should we let NH? You gotta pee. Go pee. Pop a squat.
No, we'll just have an NH call.
Go pop a squat. I'll open up the N. We'll fucking look. 9 more likes. We'll beat the shit out of the sheetrock and we'll shut it down. What do you say? Go pee. God, I got this, kid. You don't wanna? You gotta pee.
Take no for an answer.
All right. 3 more likes. 516-522-0267. Let's see if NH gets in as last caller and make it nice and quick, and we'll let Jesse P. 2 more likes, too. Kaleb Harris was on this show. Run it back if you would like to see that interview. Yeah, good stuff. NH, what's up?
Hello.
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 It's the knitter.
Knitter, what's up?
What's up, Jesse and Chris?
How are you?
Wonderful.
I am wonderful.
Nice. All right, Ann, what's on your mind?
Hey, what's up? Still going after Cowboy. Come on, you guys. Drop it. Jeez. DB, come on.
You don't like what he said, huh?
Until he medically gets checked out, yes.
Yeah, so what do you think about that? I mean, I think it's indefinitely, but I'm assuming that they're going to send him to another doctor once he heals up a little, and then I don't think he's done. Do you think he's done?
No. They're going to do it. They have to do a CT, whatever, all that kind of stuff he has to get checked out again, yes, before they'll let him. Actually, there's quite a few that had the problem, had to get checked out before they let him.
And what is going to happen?
Yeah, don't worry. My Cowboy is going to be back. Jeez.
When Cowboy finally does hang it up, what is NH going to do? Are we going to have to put have someone watch you, make sure that you're okay?
I know. I don't know what I'm going to do.
It's going to be crazy.
It's going to suck.
We can't lose Cowboy Cerrone because NH is going to lose it. She's going to completely lose it. We got Roberto Hernandez coming in.
JBH acid reflux, baking soda and water quick fix.
There you go.
Oh, thanks, Roberto.
Thank you for the donation. Look at that. Acid reflux. Acid reflux sucks. I hate it.
When you were talking about the Bellator card,
yeah.
If you check on the website I put on there, they said what was going on about. It's kind of a funky what they're doing. Part of it's live, part of it's not.
Oh, okay.
I believe the prelims are live, and I don't think the mains are live. Like maybe one fight, I think they said, or two. Anyway, I put it on there. It explains it.
It's such AIDS. When they fight
Supposedly.
overseas, just show it live. Why? What are they doing?
I don't know.
That's crazy. So prelims are live on Bellator app, 11:30 a.m. 5 fights are tape delay, Paramount. Yeah, that's bullshit. You know what? We may not even watch it live. We may just get the results and spoil it for everybody.
Because it looks like to me it's nothing. This is the fight, including live event. I know it's London, but God, I hate it when they do that.
I'll tell you what. If Frank Pavon got the last link for us. If that happens, patrons will make sure you guys get that. And Frank, I hope you're still alive. Get us that link. That'd be great. Or anyone from the UK, DM us and help us out because we can't watch it live. Well,
yeah, that sucks.
That does
Can't
suck.
show it live.
All right, and Jesse has to pee really bad. So give me your last thoughts.
Oh, God.
Jesse has to pee real bad. I'm gonna make her sit there then. Yeah, make her laugh.
Oh, Jesse.
You gotta sit there now.
Should I tickle her?
Gotta sit there now. Nope, can't hang up now. Don't laugh too hard. You gotta pee your pants.
Uh-oh. Jess, are you gonna piss yourself?
Look at that smile. Look at that laugh. Look at there it is. Look at that smile. Hey, what can I say? The knitter can make you smile. Jesse,
you always
look
make
very
me smile.
beautiful in that dress.
Aw, thank
and
you,
you look
Ann.
very beautiful in that dress. Yes, you did.
She did.
Oh, that's really sweet of you. Thank you.
Oh, come on. Cowboy.
She just said a delay with Cowboy. All right, listen, Ann. She got to pee. We got to beat the shit out of Seal.
Stop it.
All right, listen, Ann. We love you, but
I love you guys.
Get some rest. We'll see you
I
on
love the
Fuko Friday.
MMA-Holes too.
All right, Xanache.
Love you, Ann.
There you go. All right, let's beat the shit out of Ceiling and let Jesse go. 50 likes. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. And it's time to get crunk.
I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. The dislikes can choke on a dick.
All right. Last Fuko Friday was fire. This Fuko Friday, fire. Let's do it again. We'll see you this Friday. Thank you for joining us. And JBH, you can pee now.
Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.